All right. We are here back again with HyperX Scrim Season 2. Of course, presented by OUTcast. We got MGC as our sponsors as well. What is up, guys? How are you guys doing? Welcome to Monday Night FPP Scrims right here. I'm joined by MŠF Pickford right here. What is up, my man? How you doing?
What is going on? We are past the halfway point. We are starting week 5. We're past the halfway point. We are now in the we're going downhill all the way from here. What team is going to be able to step it up and keep it going? But what team is the pressure get too much? There's too much of endurance and they can't handle it. And they fall off to the wayside.
Oh, absolutely. There's not a lot of differences between the points overall, but from what we were talking about earlier, it looks like T4P just came out of nowhere all the way up top so far in the rankings, huh?
Well, T4P did take that number 1 spot on Friday. Currently, thirst for points in first place with 246 points. They are in first place. Right behind them is SpaceX, 10 points behind with 236. And then in third place, quite a ways behind, is Forsaken Gaming with 196 points in third place.
Oh man, that's not looking good. But speaking of Forsaken Gaming, last week was quite a week for them. Apparently they scored a tie for Fragger of the Week between 2 of their players, Jordan and Trick, apparently, huh? Man.
This Forsaken Gaming, whether it's Red or the main team, pretty much have a stranglehold of every single offensive category in here. Yes, Fragger of the Week was tied by Jordan and Trick, but if you look at the rest of the Fraggers of the Week, we've had 4 total, and we have had, let me check it this right. We have week 1, Trick wins it with 38. Week 2, Freakish from Men of 4 wins it. Week 3, Jordan from Forsaken Gaming wins it. And now week 4, a tie between Trick and Jordan. So we've had 4 weeks we had a tie, but we've had 2 guys win 3 out of the 4 of the Fraggers of the Week, plus our Fraggers of the Week, and then Fraggers of the Day. The daily Fraggers is pretty much been, let's see, Peepus has it 1 time for Forsaken Gaming. Mm-hmm. Jordan has it twice, and Trick has it twice. So out of 12 events, we have Forsaken Gaming, we get 1, 2, 3, 5 times. But with that said, Thirst for Points has also won it 3 times. And SpaceX has won it twice, so it's pretty much the same teams. It's no coincidence that the teams that are at the top of the scores are the teams that are getting the most frags.
Oh, obviously, man. And a lot of these teams were probably, or a lot of people probably were expecting to see these teams on top. T4P, let's say, Forsaken Gaming, let's say SpaceX, let's say 10HP somewhere in the mid area as well. We got MO4, J4F. Some of these amazing teams have been performing so well. But we got 4 matches lined up for you guys today. It is going to be starting off with an Erangel match. We're going to follow it up with Miramar, Sandhawk, and ended up bring it back full circles with another Erangel match.
And don't forget, this is old school FPP. So it's going to be, you're going to see more rushes. You're going to see less far range snipes, because people are going to be trying to won't have that third party peek to kind of see somebody. I think you're going to see a lot more CQC battles because of this FPP action.
Oh yeah, CQC battles are my favorite. Not gonna lie, even though I love sniping myself, I love bolt actions myself. If I see one, I'm a pick it. I don't care what game I'm playing, what map I'm playing. I'm gonna pick a bolt action up any day. But CQC battles are so intense, so fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. And also, let's see. Difficult to get that.
Go on ahead, man.
And let's see if some of these teams can third party some of these CQCs. We've seen it before. Some of the better teams pull up on a ridge, see 2 teams going at it in a compound, looking at the kill feed. As soon as they see one team killed off, they rush themselves, knowing that the other team has probably at least 1 or 2 players knocked, or they're very, very hurt, or low on supply. So if a third team can rush right after a squad versus squad, they're usually very successful.
Oh yes, they have been pretty successful as well, and I do keep saying about, or rather I do keep talking about 10HP a lot, but I really love their play style, man. They play it so well. They play it to win it. They don't play it to frag out. Well, not just to frag out per se.
That's right. They're currently in 9th place. They've been played very well recently. They what I like about them is they know how to play the game. They're not trying to be something they're not. We're not going to try it here. They're not. They're not forsaking game, and they're not going to try to here and frag out. And they want to keep all 4 of their players around to the very, very end. If they can do that, they know they're going to be very, very successful, and they know that they can score those points at the very end. That's how they're going to be successful.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Another team that I've had my eyes on for quite a while has been Villains, and they've been doing pretty well as well. Hendrix and Devour pretty much carrying the team for the most part, even though that is not the right term to use. But Devour and Hendrix pretty much carrying the team. Frankie with great support as well, and looks like they've had a roster change. Kings is coming in for this game right here as well. For
the problem with Villains is we talked about this on Friday. They're either team that comes in top 3 or comes in 15th or 18th. They have this I don't know. I've never seen a team that's so spread out in their scoring. They're either one of the best teams in the game, or they just get totally run through. With the teams like Devour, with and some of the players they have on this team, they're a high quality team. I just don't understand why these have Frankie, Hendrix, Kings, all these guys are great players, but sometimes they just get in situations, they run into the wrong team, they get wiped out 15th, 16th, 17th place. That's why Villains currently is in 8th place, not doing terribly by any stretch of imagination, but this is a team that could easily be top 3 and dominating these scrims.
Oh, they certainly could have. Another team that we've seen just come up out of nowhere was Forsaken Gaming's Red team. Well, they do have Peep and Pain, who were playing with Forsaken Gaming team earlier on. U-Turn played with them as well, but as soon as they started their own team right here, Forsaken Gaming Red, the first time they came in with MSK Jordan, and then Jordan moved up to Forsaken Gaming main. But right here, they have actually made quite the name for yourself in the game as well. You got U-Turn, you got Pain and Peep, dropping shots everywhere, and this game looks like Ignite's Owns is joining them as well, so that's quite an addition to have. We'll see how that turns out for Forsaken Gaming Red as well, man.
Well, if you look at this Forsaken Gaming Red, you got Peep is the number 3 overall fragger, and he can't. And we all know that the red team feeds up into the main team. We saw that with Jordan, and if Peep is the number 3 overall killer, he can't even get off that red team. He can't get off the second team. Get on the first team. He's a 3rd overall fragger. So, I mean, I don't know what he can say, what he can do. But I thought Forsaken Gaming Red is a team that started late. It's already moved up to 10th place overall, and they're currently on the flying up the scoring. With Forsaken Gaming currently in 3rd.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We had Forsaken Gaming up in here last week when I was casting, and apparently what we were told was that there's no such A team and B team. It's just Forsaken Gaming, period, and they just had to come up with a different team because you can't play with 8 people. So there's
I'll tell you what, I would believe that, but you see that when Jordan started playing very well, he was brought up to that main team. So it wasn't like whatever team Trick is on is the main team. Don't let them fool you.
I mean, I'd agree with you. I would agree with you, but I've seen Jordan play with Forsaken Gaming for weeks now because they were playing. Jordan was playing with Forsaken Gaming up in Meeseek's Midnight Madness scrims, so they have been doing that for quite a while. He just moved in over here. Forsaken Gaming already had a good thing going for themselves in OUTcast Scrim, so they probably just decided to start a red team instead. And now with Jordan fragging out,
what, Jordan has a higher KD. He would be if he played all the matches. We've only had, of all the people we've played 302 total players. Only 6 have played all 44 games. One of those is Trick. If Jordan had played every game, he would be the frag leader right now.
I mean, he probably would if he was playing since the beginning. He probably would have been, if not the top fragger, been one of the top contenders for it.
He would if he kept the same KD as he has right now.
Absolutely, and I just heard someone on the all chat. If you guys want an interview, please hit us up on Discord server. Don't do it on all chat. Just saying. Anyway, taking a look at the playing path right here. Right?
We don't hear any spicy language on there too. And here we go. I think it's gonna give everybody a chance to go where they want to go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is quite a playing path right there. Oh my god, dude.
And I think it's the only thing that's gonna be a problem is if you go down to like that farm Milta area. And everyone's gonna land trying to get a vehicle. It looks like you have cosmonauts unzipped. If they all keep on this kind of trail, trying to get one of the vehicles, and there's not enough vehicles. One of these teams is gonna be without a ride. and end up getting themselves run over, getting themselves hit, or something to that effect.
Oh,
As they all start getting close to the ground right now, whoever can get that vehicle yet unzipped, landing in the field looking for it, and so is Chaos. They don't have a vehicle either, and they're all by themselves. All they did. Looks like they did get a vehicle. Oh no, they did. Now they're going to get run over, just like I said.
oh my God.
Chaos landed right next to a vehicle, but Men-of-4 got it and said it. But surprisingly, they didn't try to run any of them over. They just drove away from them.
Well, they probably want to
easy kills.
They probably want to regroup and get over to the Millie Base Island. You do know that MO4 loves dropping in Millie Base Island, and that's probably what they are going to do as well. We are looking at oh my God, look at that zone though.
They did run over Madra though. Looks like they did be able to.
They were.
And all these guys are running over. All this man, it's crazy. Everyone's driving in circles in that little. I call it the fist of death, because so many people land. They're looking for vehicles in that little four-way where those four roads come together, right where Freakish is right now. And some people get run over, get knocked, get killed, not by skill, but just by random luck. And now, as these teams try to spread out, it looks like Cosmonauts is going to go down to Milta. And look at all these other teams. They're kind of stuck down there. You have Aurora in one combo. Glitch is already knocked. But Doris, it looks like Freakish is going to just... I don't know if he's going to ram him. Look, he's just
2-3 down now for Aurora. Kopio and Glitchy in the shack are trying to get those pickups up. Looks like BBC got downed as well, but FP was right next to him, and he was able to provide enough cover and suppress Mia from pushing up. And that just allowed for BBC to get picked up on time. And here comes the cavalry. They're going to drop Kopio down as well. Glitchy the last one up, and Glitchy is the last one down. That is going to be it for Aurora.
One thing I've said this many times is that little, and I call it because it's where the four roads kind of come together to make a kind of a fist. Don't ever drop there. It's the risk reward is just not, for me, it's just not there. And you just saw it now. Now it looks like Cosmonauts has lost one of their players. So Men-of-4 is getting out of there with two vehicles. But, we've lost Aurora and members of Cosmos in that initial battle. And now Men-of-4 is driving around.
I don't know if you can call that a battle. I really don't know.
That slaughter, really. I mean, it happened so quickly that you don't really have a chance to do anything. And that's why I said, that's a place where a lot of people love to jump there too. And I don't understand why. It's because it's all risk reward. You might as well jump Pachinki. You have a better chance of getting a weapon than you do jumping in that little that fist of death.
Right. I mean, you're absolutely right about that one for sure. I mean, you probably would want to jump somewhere where you're sure to get at least a gun to fight with. You don't want to get run over. That is such a sad way to die.
There could be a vehicle right in front of prison. Nobody jumps there. You can at least jump into prison, get a couple weapons, then run down to that road because there's a vehicle down there. But just to jump into where those four roads come together, yes, the chance of there being a vehicle there is very high. But so's other four other squads jumping there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just the risk reward is just not there.
It's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. Right now, however, we are looking at 10 HP who's pushing up on Viz just as Pain comes on in as well. Goldie goes down to Viz's Uzi shots right there, and he's gonna wait for Prod to push up as well. Is it Prod? Yes, it is Prod. Let's see what he does right here. He's coming up. No shots from Prod. He had no idea where he was getting shot from, and down and out goes Prod. Goldie's about to get thirsted. 2 down early for 10 HP as well, and Ecuador and Bliss just turned their way around as they were coming in to provide some suppressant fire. Now they will have to go through their plans all over again.
This is what 10 HP hates. 10 HP hates having to deal with battles early in the match. They only want to take fights on their terms. That is one of their call signs. They know exactly who they are, how they want to play. So now you just see Ecuador and those guys and pull back and just try to stay alive in this first match. Well, that's because they don't get a lot of kills. They have to have good placement in every match because they're not going to be able to recover from a bad match with a bunch of kills.
Oh, no, not right now anyway. Well, right here, Ecuador and Bliss stopped, by dumb luck, just stopped right before they ran into Forsaken Gaming. They had no idea Forsaken Gaming is trying to cross over as well, but Bliss and Ecuador just decided to stop by, loot up a little bit before moving forward, and apparently that decision just saved their lives
if I'm
one
of these teams that's currently up north, if I'm like the Spitfire team or SpaceX, I'm not rushing down. I wouldn't rush down to military base right away. It's about 50-50, plus a lot of teams left to get in this zone. What I would do right now in this first zone, if I'm in the zone, is hold my spot as tightly as possible. because there's a lot of teams that have to get into the zone right now. If you've got your area secure, if you don't want to be rotating when 10 other teams are rotating and you end up getting yourself knocked out, I'd hold on to my compound to really see what the next circle is before I start making movement decisions.
Oh, absolutely. And it looks like Ecuador and Bliss just spotted Forsaken Gaming making a turn on the bridge, trying to hold that bridge off. Jordan comes back straight down the mid of the bridge, and now he's going to be trying to get some eyes down and see if he can spot Bliss and Ecuador trying to get back up or get into that boat. Jordan's already holding those angles, and he's ready for it. Take a look how that turns out.
They want to get on the military and hide. They want to get in there. They want to secure an area, get in there and get tucked in, and not have to worry about it. They want to get in there and not have to move for 3 or 4 circles. And now they're just having trouble because they're running into teams that are already holding them back from getting where they want to be.
Well, Bliss is definitely getting thirsted right now. Jordan, top fragger of the week 2 times. He's not gonna miss those shots. You're gonna run out in the open, and he has an AR with a 3-time scope on it. He's not gonna miss those. Let's be honest.
And then you got Michael from Ghost Melee Elite. He's got a boat by himself. The rest of Ghost Melee Elite is dead. He's trying to get over. Then you have Mobile Warriors. They've got a boat. It looks like they're going to.
Oh, they're pulling off a 10 HP.
They're pulling a 10 HP because they want to get on. If they pull up hard, they pull up far area. They have plenty of time. It's only gonna be the first zone. They can live in the zone for a little while, get onto that military island. But remember, I tell you, I'm not 100% sure it's going to stay military. I would not be surprised if it pushes north right here, and it could cause a lot of teams that are down there on military, as looks like SpaceX and Unzipped are getting into it right now.
Are indeed, and so is MO4 and Cosmos. Cosmos already losing one early on. They moved into melee base as soon as possible, but they lost one, and MO4 knew, well, we knew MO4 really loves their melee base drops, and they put straight in as well. A Vacant's down, Cried is down. The last one up is Vincent, all the way back by the ramp walk, and MO4 is just running through teams right here. Freakish not even stopping to third. He's just going to keep running ahead and see if he can spot Vincent as well. Vincent quite smartly just backs out of there. He's going to find the first vehicle he can find, anything that moves, and he's going to get the hell out of here.
Yep, you have a lot of teams, even though it's early in the match, still 23 teams, automatically go to that defensive mode, whether it be 10 HP, now it's Cosmos, teams losing their players, deciding we got to go, same with Ghost Melee Elite, decided that they had to go into defense mode and just try to stay alive and get as many placement points as possible.
Jordan is scouting ahead for his team. He runs straight into Spec. He's going to jump out and get caught. Where is the team? Trick trying to drop some shots, and Trick saves him. Down goes Specs. And Trick's going to drive straight in and pick up Jordan as well. He's trying to look over his shoulder if he can find any more movements before he makes that push.
Here comes Villains right behind him.
Oh, yeah, Villains do come right behind them. They're going to get both those kills, apparently.
Trick's going to have to stop what he's doing because Janica's going to move up, obviously, to provide support for Trick. And then I don't know if, I'm about to say, I thought Vincent was going to come from behind them, but no. So Janica pulls up with Trick. Villains on one side. They're going to try to get him picked up. But it's gonna be very,
down
very
goes
difficult.
Trick indeed. Frankie with those M16 taps, right as Hendrix one-taps him as well. Oh, man, this is not looking good. Spec does get thirsted, however, Villains Kings takes that kill off of
Villains
Trick.
they need to push this. I mean, this is not very often when you're going to get a knock on Trick and Jordan. I think it's a 4v3. We talked about Villains sometimes been having the ability to be great. Just a frag machine like it was nothing. They didn't take one knock or anything. But then we've seen other matches, they'll run into a team and just get totally decimated. I don't understand it.
I don't understand it either, man. Maybe it has a lot to do with communication or just miscommunication, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a good team, and when they do, I don't know if it's a good team that can sometimes play great. I think they're a great team that sometimes just screws up. I mean, they're that good. I've seen them play so well before.
I've seen Villains throw down crazily as well, indeed. Right now, however, they have to get away from X at J7's shots, but King, for some reason, drives straight into that barrier. I don't even know what that play was. There comes Starlight. He's going to push straight in, drop Kings down, and down goes Kings
King
from
just
Villain.
showed up late. This team sweats. I mean, it looks like King's just left late.
Yeah, he did.
It goes into it. That's the thing. They go in there, have this dominant performance, and they make a small error. Kings departs late. He gets run into an entire squad. You obviously got to know that if you're dealing with either one of these bridges, that's super hot territory, and you're going to have teams on you at all times.
Oh, absolutely. King should have just been on top of that. As soon as he sees his team leaving, he should have left right there, or at least have one of them stay back for cover just in case. If you think that you're gonna get pushed, just have a 2-2 split.
What did I say? What did I say, Voodoo? Do I know this game or what? I said, don't get too hyped about going down into the island too soon. And look what happened. It pushed north. Now it's, I say, more 2/3 north and only 1/3 island. But so if those teams that push south, just right off the bat, now they're going to try to figure out a way to get back up north into the mainland.
They do, and I feel bad for GME and MOW. They spent all that time trying to get a boat, go all the way to Million. Now they got to do it all over again.
If I'm on games like Misfire over here on the side, they got a drop right there. You don't have to push in. If you put there's tons of houses in this Milta area. You can grab these houses, hold on to it, and really let the zone decide. Because right now you got to know that with this zone with 64 people left, that this area is jam packed, and there's people got to make a decision. They got to come up or down this bridge. So right now I'm trying to play as passively as I can. Right now, if I'm not on this bridge, which Doug is already getting into it, along with T for P and just for fun.
Oh yeah, MO4FP looks like did get spotted as they were coming out of the bridge and did get taken down as well by Team 10. But Team 10 gets spotted by Real Deal from a distance. That DP just popped his head right off. Freakish will have to make that push on and see if he can do something about it, unless Real Deal and BBC decides to drive straight in and try to finish the job.
You're going to have to use your ears a lot more, because if you can't get that third-party peek, so you got to look to see where people are. And once you look, if someone's hard peek in that where you're at, they're going to take your head off the second you put your head up there.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I still don't think that Team 10 over there has any idea that Freakish stopped right across from them. They are more focused on Real Deal and BBC right now, with Real Deal already popping a couple of shots towards them. So it is quite a good play. If Freakish can just hold off, be patient, and wait for Team 10 to make a move, he might just be able to catch both of them up in that intersection. On the other hand, however, it looks like Autobots are coming right in towards Arabic Boys. Aren't they Arabic Boys, or did they change their team name over here as well?
They are Sweat now, I think, for this match.
Okay. All right, perfect. Because
and the Autobots, they get themselves caught in between both Tequila Shots and Sweat/Arabic Boys/ whatever team they are. And that's a sandwich you don't want to be a part of, because either one of those teams can really clap out.
Oh yeah, they absolutely can. And speaking of, I don't know what they're called this game. Dude, last time I was casting Mystic Scrims, they were called J7 Star Spec Zeo. Imagine saying that every time you mention them. God damn. These guys got jokes, huh? Fatboy now dropping a couple of shots on Zeo. 19Es, Starlight, and J7 are holding off the cliff as well. They do have a good spot, but a bad spot at the same time. I don't know how to feel about this one. They are really, really spread out, and they will have their work cut out from them. Either one of them gets knocked.
Right now, there's a lot of teams that are in this zone that don't try to be a hero in this first match. You have New Hampshire, the Embassy, Misfire, OUTcast Bravo, Men-of-4 Black. They're kind of stuck. They have plenty of room. They're safe in their compounds. Let some of these teams die off. You don't have to try to win it right now. Get the points. Let's give yourself a nice, strong first match going into here. Don't try to overdo it. As you see some of these teams, we have some of the teams that have gotten knocked out very early. This could give an opportunity for you to get up in those ranks by having a very strong first match.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Even though the first match does not really decide quite how the game is going to be, but it is a good momentum that you can bring forward for the rest of the games.
Yes.
Yep, absolutely right about that for sure. like Tequila Shots right over here, they're not trying to push on to Autobots at all. They have a 2-2 split going. Two of them have compound right here with Tryhard and Broda, and then we got Truni and Razik all the way up top trying to drop those shots on Autobots as well. So that high ground from Truni and Razik is probably going to be the overwatch that Tequila Shots need over here by the compound in case anyone does decide to push up on them. So a really good play for them. Good on them, man. Autobots is Fat Boy still trying to spot those shots coming in from Tequila Shots up northwest. Not really hitting any of those Autobots. Truni's been single topping Fat Boy at will, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like how there's tons of these little one-man teams. You have Michael down in military, Vincent of Cosmos on the shore. Way up north, you have Ecuador over by school. A lot of guys just hanging out, staying chill, just trying to get some points. Then you have all the guys from the Warriors came all the way back in their boat, came around up by Milta, and now are going to be coming up. Hopefully, depending if Misfire sees them, they can sneak up from behind. Sneak up from them from behind.
I mean, they are in a good position to sneak up on Misfire from behind, but I'm not sure how well looted they are because I can't remember.
Yeah.
Like maybe 10 out of last 17 minutes of the match, they've been in a boat.
Excellent point, Voodoo. Excellent point. What do they have for any utility? Plus, now they're gonna go. I think you're right. Because look, they're driving into the blue. They're probably gonna go into Milta. They're trying to look for some more loot, knowing that it's only the second circle, so they can kind of survive in there.
Mm-hmm. You can kind of survive in there, but it does test like how many utilities you have on you. You don't want to use them all up before you even get into the main match, which is probably play zone 5 or 6, where you have like 30 or 40 people still alive. Like you're gonna need all of those.
If I'm this fight team, I would just try to push right into Milta proper. Just give myself a nice little compound in there. Well, it looks like they have both Warriors kind of sneaking up on them too.
And OUTcast Alpha, Brownie gets caught in a rotation by SpaceX, and down goes Brownie, now down to a 3-man team. 19E Starlight is driving straight past by as well, now getting lit up by J4F, and some help from Eldorado as well from a distance. Down goes Starlight as well. See, that is to your point. Like, just take a compound early on and defend it with your life, because you're going to see someone rotating, and you're going to be able to catch someone in a rotation and be able to drop them for sure. And that is exactly what's happening.
If you stay alive, kills will come to you. I promise you. You don't have to look for kills. They will come to you if you stay alive. And the point is that you can get more kills, but can you get more placement? You can't if you play dumb. And now look at the T-League Misfire. They're now in Milta. Men of 4. These teams are all going to start pushing in, and as the circle contracts, the scores are going to be there. But there's still 18 teams left. You're still getting 1 placement point.
Yep, and looks like Villains just straight up pushed on team number 10 right there and wiped them clean. The 2-man team, of course. OUTcast Bravo, on the other hand, is fighting it off with North Hampshire right here. Goose has been downed. Crispy's trying to make her way all the way around to get a pickup off. A good nade pop and Horsepower down. Kenobi almost down as well. But Crispy lets Kenobi just straight up thirst Goose. No way you should have let that happen, Crispy. You should have pushed. But it's alright. Kenobi goes down. Horsepower goes down. Dookie on top, still holding it off. But he's got no health. He's got bandages, but that's about it.
Someone has a grenade, this could be over.
Dead. He's dead.
I told you.
He's dead.
Someone has a grenade, this is over. And Stiggles does just that. So the state of New Hampshire gets decimated by OUTcast Bravo to go out in 18th place.
Absolutely, they did lose Goose as well, but
yes,
I would call it a fair exchange to take off to take
entire squad out.
Oh yeah, absolutely, especially if it's NH. I mean, they can throw down points sometimes for sure.
Yeah, they're a team that you don't want to. You never want to run because they're going to take their pound of flesh. You might beat them, but they're going to take somebody with you. They're going to take one of your guys with you. They get a knock and they're going to get a thirst. And then that's how they do it. They might get 1 or 2 of your players every time. So you really want to lose 1 or 2 of your players to get 4 points, or do you want to maybe hold off till later, fight them when it's more open, and you might not have to do that because you're going to lose. They're going to take their pound of flesh. Oh,
absolutely. Right now, however, we have OUTcast Alpha who are trying to drop some shots on I don't even know what that team is called anymore. I'm going to call them Arabic Boys. They were trying to drop some...
Voodoo, breaking news. We're only 19 away from 1,000 followers.
What? We're only a 19 away? Why is it not happening right now? Drop those follows, share the stream, make it happen.
call your friend, call your friend's friend. Get in here. Let's get to 1,000 tonight.
Yeah, tonight, shit. We better hit 1,000 by game number 2's end. We better hit that 1,000 follower by the time game 2 ends. Let's go.
Is throwing it out there to the fans.
Let's go. Yo, I'm not throwing out to my fans. I'm just challenging the viewers right here. If you cannot make it to 1,000 followers by game 2's end, what are you even doing?
I like it better. Just challenging their
Right.
lady, their womanhood or their manhood. What are you? You can't even get to it. Here comes now this next circle. Oh, who's gonna push into that center area farm? Nobody.
Oh my God.
Nobody is in that center area right now. Who's gonna make that mad rush and try to get in there first?
It looks like it's not going to
it?
be OUTcast. I know it's not going to be OUTcast Bravo. They have a compound. They have the edge of the zone. They can probably use that high ground better, and they can drop a couple of shots down on farm too. It's not going to be SpaceX. They have a compound, or maybe it could be SpaceX. I'm not going to lie. They like playing like that. OUTcast Alpha really loves dropping into center zone, but right now with 4 teams around them, it's not looking probable. But on the other hand, it looks like it's going to be Tequila Shots, who's coming straight down from top right now.
They're going first. They're going for it to get at least a piece of that real estate. It's usually the best teams. You see SpaceX. You can maybe see and here comes MŠF. They're making their movement to try to get in there. Although looks like Frankie got smoked in the process.
Oh, Frankie did get smoked in the process. Kings did get killed earlier as well. And now we got MO4, BBC, Real Deal, and Freakish still alive. A nade pops in, but it's not going to do any damage. Freakish on a wide flank might be able to catch Hendrix. Right now, might be able to catch Dowa coming out of a rotation as well. Freakish does try to drop a couple of shots on MOW and MO4 Black as well, who are fighting it off on top, and Freakish is trying to see if he can get a third party off. Doesn't look like it's working, though. Orphan's been downed. He's about to be thirsted, but Dark J goes down to Venom's shot. Another one through the window. Venom is dropping some fire on MO4 Black right there. We got Beanbag alive. We got Elmamon alive. They both come out in a jump shot, and down goes Achi. Venom, however, is making some plays. And down goes MO4 Black. Venom with the plays right there. Good stuff, my man.
Achi did get thirsty in that process, so
did indeed.
2 players, Venom and Dovath, left.
He did indeed, and Dova's not looking too hot either because he is pretty much surrounded. Baby's right next to him. Pickford, well, you are coming in? What?
I guess so. My tribute. I've come in to deal with this.
Hey, we got Misfire Pickford playing over here, man. What the hell?
That's how good I am. I can comment and play at the same exact time.
Boom.
That's how good I am.
Wait, doesn't that count as cheating because you have everyone's position? I don't know.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Dang. But that's a good point. But I'm not going to do very well, I don't think. So it won't matter. Baby does get knocked. Now this Liquid stayed back, and it looks like they had a problem with Dabs. Looks like Dabs disconnected right when they're getting ready to push, and therefore couldn't push them. So they lost one of their players right off the bat.
Oh, they needed him. They needed him.
Now that Dabs is knocked out, Dabs never left Milta. Now that Ligma and myself are in the zone, we'll have to see if we can hold this zone. Because right now we're kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere. We've got Tasty for Peen to our left. We've got OUTcast Bravo behind us. This is not the most tasty of spots for the 2 of us, myself and Ligma. So it looks like I'm going to run to Ligma and try to match up. But now I'm going to stop and I don't know what I'm doing now. I'm stopping behind this vehicle looking to see if MŠF, because I went and I got the vehicle, but it looks like the vehicle's stuck. I can't get it out. And I'm going to drive over there and go to Ligma and try to get him out of here.
Well, let's see how that turns out for you, Pickford. But meanwhile,
Ligma stopped because Ligma knows that he ran right into Bravo. So he's whoa, can't go here, stop. But and then looks like I didn't listen, so I'm just gonna keep driving.
MO4 takes over farm, and Zone says nope. It just shifts away from it, even though farm was center zone. So SpaceX out of nowhere is now center zone, dropping shots in every direction. Every team will want a piece of SpaceX with that position that they have. SpaceX's Junie way on top has great position. He's just prone and just looking around and
driving around the map.
Yes, you are indeed.
To go for some reason.
You are indeed. Clown gets another knock on Kiro right now. Exits J7, takes out Sarge and Advisory with the same nade, and down and out goes OUTcast as well. What? Kill goes down. No, that was a 3-piece nade. Hold on, that was a 3-piece nade from XXJ7. What? Dude, there's so much action. I can barely even keep my eye on everything, dude.
Branded to me, but I ended up just I got 2 of them, but not the third. They ended up killing me.
Oh yes, they did end up killing you as well, and T4P is not looking too good either. Dodger and Smiley almost getting caught over there by J4F, and a nade pops in, not gonna do a lot of damage. Devour meanwhile takes out Doa, the last one for MOW as well. 12 teams are still alive in this zone.
T4P is Dodger is trying to rotate Dodger, and Smiley's still alive.
They are still alive. They are fighting it off with J4F on top, or rather on the south side of the zone right there. And on the other hand, we have Autobots, all 4 up, utilizing that shack to the fullest of its potential. And they will be smoking their way in as well. They do have just about the edge of the zone, and it is closing in. It is going to be anybody's zone at this point, and I hope it's not going to be an open field zone again. I would like to see...
This is one of the 6 zones, so if you're stuck in the blue, it's going to hurt like Ligma, Snow trying to get in there. It's about to go from 4th, or from the 5th to 6th zone. The 6th zone is deadly.
It indeed is. We got Devour, the last one for Villains. We got Snuggles, the last one for OUTcast Bravo. We got J4F, who's got Light Down. Hax is coming in for a pickup. T4P is fighting T4P essentially, but not Delusion. Now playing for J4F this game, and he will be fighting his teammates, Dodger and Smiley, just about west of their compound. On top, well, not quite top, but straight down the middle, we have SpaceX, all 4 strong, right down the middle, and they are in the best of position right now as you can ask for. MO4 on the other hand is close to zone but not quite. Ligma comes in, drops 1 down, but is taken down with quite ease. MO4 still all 3 strong with 1 down. And here SpaceX again, spotting D3 this time, and Extreme gets taken down. Slingshot right next to him. Do they have any more alive? I don't think so. I think that's the last 2, and Slingshot is being really, really careful trying to go for that pickup. He does not want to overextend it and give away his position. Out back.
All those teams down south, Autobots, T4P, just for fun, they got to move forward. This is about to be the 5th, 6th zone. They're all going to die in the blue if they don't move forward now. I'd really think it's better to push up now as hard as you can and try to push the spot than it is to just wait. Look at now, here comes Dodger going first. You got to get into the zone because the blue will kill you. At least you have a chance to get in the zone if you drive in.
Oh yes, absolutely. And Dodger looks like he took your advice, but unknowingly running straight into Truny, and MO4 is dropping those shots on Tequila shots as well. Dodger jumps out just about a little too early, gets spotted by Clown from SpaceX, and down and out goes Dodger as well. Out back, Smiley is still alive, still holding it off against J4F, just as J4F decides to drive off into the zone as well. SpaceX still with the upper hand, still with the better position. There's nobody who can push SpaceX at this point. Truny blows up his vehicle, almost knocks himself down, but J4F gets taken out from nowhere. MO4 with the assist. Last one to go down, Eldorado. Broda dropping 2 down from J4F as well. Tequila shots are still in this. Here's Autobots
down to 5 teams. Pretty much no team in the zone. Look at Devour. I'm going to stay down here. I'm going to try to heal.
Yep, and down and out goes Autobots as well. Devour just... I guess in that situation, being the only one alive, that could have been the better play, but I don't know. I mean, I would much rather try to secure another placement point than to...
at least try to get closer each time.
Yeah.
This make it feel like I'm trying to get closer, but...
Yeah.
4 teams left. They do have 17 kills so far. Plus, they're going to be no worse than 4th place, so it could be... They haven't done too many. I was trying to move a little bit. Maybe trying to get some rounds on somebody. Get a knock, get a kill.
Will. He's going down right now. And down and out goes Villain. And SpaceX...
Now SpaceX and Men-in-a-4 versus what? Tequila shots.
Tequila shots, indeed. And Men-in-a-4 are just on the edge of the zone. SpaceX's go-to, I don't think he's all the way in the zone, but he's just on the edge as well. Maybe a couple of meters out. He's going to pop a couple of nades, see if he can get a knock and get a push going. That nade's, well, partly good. It does hit freakish, but not for much. On the other hand, Truny gets spotted by BBC, and down goes Truny for Tequila shots. SpaceX is still being a little passive. They're not going all in with their push, and I would assume that's a good play. Freakish again, almost getting caught. Broda goes down this time. Truny is up, and Truny will be getting that pickup now. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Boom. Wait, someone...
It seems like SpaceX is just reaching back and just dropping both teams. whenever they want
And
to.
down
Shooting
and
gets
out
killed by the plays, then killed by
tequila shots.
And then SpaceX just finishes off Broda. So it looks like SpaceX is just having ease with this.
They
Just push
do
it in nice and
indeed.
slowly.
They probably haven't moved from their position in the last 15 or 20 minutes. Not until the zone pushed them out of this compound right now. They got a knock right here on Freakish, almost taking him down. MO4 BBC not looking hot either. Down goes Real Deal. BBC drops Clown, but he is dropped down in turn as well. SpaceX with quite a dominating way to win the game number 1. 18 kills for the guys over there. Giuliani with 4, Godu with 4, Clown with 7, and Junie with a 3-piece. What a game they've had.
Obviously, the SpaceX team not too happy with falling out of second place. They're only to get first place. They get a huge amount of kills, and T for P comes in 7th place in that match. So they're gonna have a big hill to climb. They want to close the distance between SpaceX and T for P, and therefore keep their number 1 spot, currently 10 points ahead of SpaceX in the overall rankings. Don't forget to take Don't take screen pictures. I'm not exiting it out until you've told me that you've taken the pictures.
All right, I'm getting it.
Because I remember last time.
Right.
You want to have a 5th? I do expect you. Like, no. Mrs. Voodoo is expecting me. I ain't got time for a 5th match. I'm out.
All right.
And I was like, that's a smart man.
Well, I mean, I kind of told Brownie beforehand that I probably would have to. Well, I was trying to hurry it up a little bit, but with these matches, you just never know, man. This was a wrangle match that lasted 32 minutes, so there's that.
So what? If the boss needs to get picked up, that's more important than anything else. I've been married for quite a few years. I know how that is. Happy wife, happy life. That's how I live my life.
Absolutely, sir. You're not wrong over there. But what a game 1. What a way to start these Monday FPP scrims right here, man.
I liked it. It was kind of a weird map, weird rotations going. We thought it was going to be down the island and push back up in the mainland to finish off over that farm area. And SpaceX is coming out and really just being dominant. So we should be having, I don't know if we have to have a commercial, but we should be having a sexy young man named Sarge from OUTcast join us after match 1. So do we have a commercial do we have to run first?
Yes, we do indeed. And we will be right back with...
As soon as we finish this, we'll be back with Sarge from OUTcast Alpha.
Oh, we'll have some insight from him, no less. Anyway, you guys did hear me. 19 more follows for 1,000. Make it happen. Be right back. All right. We are back. Do we have MŠF Pickford and OUTcast Sarge in the building or not?
So yes, they introduced a guy I consider my friend, a guy I've had lots of long talks with, discussions and DMs, and in the middle of the night talking about life and whatnot. My boy Sarge from OUTcast Alpha. Sir, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Pick. How about you?
I am doing great. So I'm crunching these numbers. I'm looking at the stats, and for this OUTcast Alpha team, obviously we know the debacle that happened at the start of the season. They had a team that they thought was ready to go, falls apart literally hours before the first scrim or first match, have to rebuild. And it took quite a while because I went back over the past 6 events. So as you guys have been slowly getting better, like on Friday, you guys came in 2nd. Then you had before that 4th, 6th. So out of those, you had a 6th, 2 4ths, and a 2nd place in the past 4. Now if you go to the 3 before that, you had a 15th, a 16th, and a 12th. So we've seen a direct improvement over the past like week and a half versus the time before that. Are you guys finally just kind of gluing and getting that synergy together? Because what's caused you guys from being like kind of playing poorly to now actually playing well and moving up the ranks?
Well, for a while we had a big mix-up of players, so nothing was ever really consistently like in the lineup, and nobody was like consistently playing together. I think that has a lot to do with it, in my opinion. Because after you play for a week and you get to know everybody's habits and everybody gets to know their rotations, it becomes a lot easier to rotate quick and get what needs to be done.
I agree. And I think you got to know your players. Like a guy like you, Sarge, you can frag out, but I think for you to succeed at your highest level, you need another fragger to kind of take the pressure off. Like when you were playing with Junie, you two of you guys together was fragging out. But I think that now if you get with Brownie, you guys can both frag out together. I think you're at your best. But if you have a team of kind of like you're not gonna, I don't think you're gonna be as successful if you're going to 10 HP, if you know what I mean. Where it's a more passive team. So if I'm playing Sarge, I need another fragger. I need another fragger to give you a little bit of space to do what you need to do. And I think that's the kind of with Kale and now Brownie and you. And I know the advisory is coming in and out. So I think you're finally getting a little pressure off you that gives you a little bit more movement to do some killing, because I think that's what you do best. So does this seem like to be the team that's going to kind of be the team that we're going to see for the next couple weeks? I know Brownie loves to constantly mess with the recipe, kind of always looking to change to get different players.
The team you're seeing tonight is going to be very probably consistent in 1030s, but Wadu, I think, and me are going to go back and forth with sevens. So there's going to be a sixth man rotating in.
All right. I mean, as long as everybody kind of knows their role, I think that's the most important thing, because that can be very, very frustrating. I mean, I think that's really, like, if you look at like tequila shots, those guys, I think one of the reasons that not only those guys but other OUTcast guys is that they don't really know where their kind of what their role is. And I think so even if it's in a support or if it's a backup, just knowing what your role is, I think, is very, very important. As a guy who's been on a couple teams and stuff, how important is it when you go onto a team to know what they expect of you?
Depending on the team and the players, I might actually expect more out of somebody than I do myself, to be honest. But it's very important to know the capabilities of everybody and what you can do and what you cannot do. Because if you do something you can't do, you're screwed.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm not gonna hire, like, I'm not gonna bring in Gold. Gold is to me and have him be like, I mean, he can IGL, but I want him to be my bolt action guy. I want you and another guy to be my fraggers. I want kind of put everybody in a situation where they can succeed at their best. Yes, Sarge, you can do any one of the jobs, but which job are you the best at? I think is also a good point too, and putting you in a situation so you can succeed. Speaking of that, I want to make sure that you can get into the thing, can't you? Do you have to leave the interview to get into the room?
I don't have to leave, but I can get in the room.
No, yeah. I want you. I don't want to be the one that you were talking or shooting the shit and you don't get in the room.
Yeah.
And then Brownie's like, "What the heck, man? You trying to sabotage me?" I think that a guy that kind of reminds me a lot of you is a guy like Peep for Forsaken Gaming. Great fragger. But like needs that, like that
needs a little bit
support.
of help. Yeah,
I think that's
band.
I
needs
think
everybody.
So you can go and I mean, you're a guy that can be top five fragger in the right situation, like you were in season 1. I mean, when you had other fraggers on there, but if you're not putting the right system, it can really kind of hurt you. And I think now you're finally getting into a situation where you're now able to succeed and put in a situation where you're at your best. I think that's one of the reasons that OUTcast is really improving so far.
Totally agree.
So what do you see that for now that we're halfway through? You've done this season before. You know the stress. You know how long it takes. The endurance. What do you see an OUTcast Alpha doing in the second half?
I think a top 5 is in the cards, and I think even top 3 if we're consistent. I think top 3 is even doable. But I don't think.
I think I think that's you guys are 7th right now, but you guys were like I think a 13th at the 2-week mark, and you guys have, like I said, played better and better and better. So you have to just keep playing that and playing that OUTcast. I think that the OUTcast style of scrims is one of the best plays you can play in these scrims, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But a lot of people think it's kind of like, I like looting, then by the 3rd zone trying to get into that center area and holding it down. I think that's excellent strats that Brownie has come up with. Is that something that you guys all kind of buy in on, or is it something you kind of just it is what it is, so you have to do what the squad's doing?
I don't see or hear any complaints from everyone. I think we're all on the same page to prioritize zone. But when I was with in the first season, when I was with my other team, we had no game plan really whatsoever. Just get in zone and look for what's open. That's legit our game plan. We had no idea at all. We just went with it.
I think that you guys also that was a team of what? Junie, you, who else is on that team?
Marshy and
Mommy slash a billion other people.
Whatever his name is, yeah.
Yeah, but I think that was awesome. You guys were 2nd place. You guys were just doing that by just by being fragadocious. I mean, it was just. Yeah. But anyways, this match is going to get started. Sarge, I think you're a great player, great dude, and I want to thank you for coming in and giving us a little insight on OUTcast Alpha. Outside of Brownies, he likes to sugarcoat it. Give us some real scoop on OUTcast. So I appreciate it. We'll have you back once you guys get that top 3. You come in and say "told you so."
Yeah, 100%. All right, Pickford. I'll see you later, bro. Have a good one.
And there you go. And there we go. That's Sarge from OUTcast Alpha. One of the I'd say, if I was gonna put him in, I'd put him top 10 in this entire room overall.
That's some big shoes to fill. Shit. I mean, he might as well be.
He was top 5 in season 1, but he thrives or dies in his environment. If he's given it an environment, if he's in a toxic environment, I think doesn't do very well. If he's in a positive environment, he does very, very well. Good guy, real nice guy to talk to. I've spent more than a minute of my time hanging out with him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And he's a great guy, but like I said, he gets around some guys, and that are more toxic. He can kind of like fall into that bad habit. But speaking of good habits, look at this zone. Look at this plane pad.
Well, speaking of plane pad, we have Game 2 starting already. But right before that, I want to let you guys know we have a lot of giveaways set up for this week as well. Starting tonight itself, we got claw socks, we got charge play bases, we got headsets, whatnot, and everything. So keep an eye out on all that good stuff as we head on straight into game number 2. And make sure to drop those follows. And someone is on all chat again. Woohoo! That is why I was not doing it. It's usual. I like it as long as it's not toxic and as long as it's not some stupid fuck trying to tell you to suck his whatever. I'm fine with it. All right, you can be on all chat, but just don't be a toxic asshole. That's just my point about it. But enough of that crap. We're gonna look at the plane path. Oh, that's a pretty plane path for a Miramar match.
I told you. That's what I said. Look at this delicious plane path.
I know, it's so good.
Anywhere you want.
I was looking at the scores at that time, man. I'm sorry. Shit. I had to take a look at the scores right there.
I understand. That's well worth it. Now you can go anywhere you want to right now.
Oh, right.
Right.
Cosmos have dropped early. We got about 5 teams in Los Leones. We have J4F, MOW, Aurora likes to drop there. MO4 joined them as well, and Dembusy is joining them in Los Leones. 5 teams in Los Leones, all on the edge of it. No one tries to go in deep trouble right there. Nobody in Picado. What's going on? Where's Forsaken Gaming?
37 teams in Los Leones. So.
Oh my god, dude. That is so crazy. That drop is actually pretty crazy. I was not expecting to see this. Like, as the plane path goes more and more balanced, goes straight down the middle of the map, essentially, apparently teams don't want to go further out from the plane path. Now they are all on the same plane path, more or less, give or take about 1,000 meters left and right. It's essentially the plane path right there.
And all these teams, look at this. I bet you Gaming, Misfire, Benefor all got tinglies in their undergarments. because they're nice in the center zone. Don't have to make a lot of movement. I know that one thing that always frustrates me about Miramar is I think I'm totally safe. I'm just driving around, and all of a sudden, I don't know where I just get melted down by about 7 shots. I don't see it coming because I'm driving just over little hills and dales, and all of a sudden I get killed. So the less movement I have to do in Miramar, the happier that I am. And when it comes to scrims, I think it's what is going to happen? How long before this breaks out in Los Leones?
Let's see what Venom is looking at from this perspective as he comes down towards J4F, trying to provide that cover fire for Doa. Just as Dembasi goes out in 25th position. Now, it might just be one of these teams going out as well. On the other hand, looks like we have some more fights, but where though? Which team is fighting other than here? I guess they were fighting. Ooh, Venom gets spotted though, and down goes Venom. J4F Hacks coming out with that mini 14, and down goes Venom. He's got to be careful though. No way to come all the way up to get that push going. Orphan, on the other hand, with Achi, goes straight for Doa to get that pickup going, and they are going to be pushing, or rather driving back towards Venom pretty soon for that pickup, unless Venom just asks them to get away from here. There's no point in this pickup. But apparently that is not the case, and they are driving straight back into the hands of J4F right now. Hacks on top, holding it up. Dorado and Light are coming up as well. MOW keeps driving off. Shots popping, Doa down. That was probably not the plan, and down they go. Two-man team now. Orphan and Achi. Light is pushing up. No holds barred. El Dorado not too far back either. This might just be the second team to come out this game. And a good nade from Achi. Light sees it coming and he just turns around. Good stuff. Achi goes straight for the top. He's going to go on the roof, see if he can get some high ground going, get some roof plays going or not. Orphan's going to go back to the same building as well, trying to get that second floor held down before J4F pushes up.
You know, it's just a matter of time before this busted out in Los Leones. So you just can't hold 4 squads. Nope. So it's just a matter of time. It looks like it's now going to be Mobile Warriors getting cracked by just for fun. But Aurora is way over there in Metaphor. So they're a ways away. They're able to kind of stay safe. But you have 10 HP pushing. Looks like they're going to try to push into Los Leones, at least in the outskirts.
I think they will be driving all the way around Los Leones, trying to get all the way to Mbala, like we've seen them do time and time again, just playing the edge of the zone. Meanwhile, down and out goes MOW as well. They're going to come out in 24th position. No kills for the team. Meanwhile, J4F is looking strong. All 4 up, and they were able to drop MOW down and out of the game too as well.
Get 4 kills plus their loot without losing any players. That's obviously very important early in a match. If you can do it. It's obviously dangerous to take those fights early in a scrim match, but if you get out of there with no kills or with no lose nobody and getting 4 kills, obviously, no doubt that's huge for a team.
Oh, absolutely it is. And looks like MO4 is now fighting it off as well, and they've spotted a couple of moves from BTE right there. MO4 Black, my bad. Dark J, MO4 God was the one who got that knock on Shinu right there, and he's getting picked up right now by Saucy. They got to be careful. They already lost one of their top fraggers, Sabus, right there, is gone and out of this game. So BTE got to be real careful how they play this. Saucy almost getting spotted and dropped by God as well. He's gonna try to make that way back to the compound, back to some cover, but gets spotted in the end. After all, El Mamont with the shots. Down goes Saucy. A couple of extra shots in there just to put some sauce on top. Not gonna thirst him, but just a little bit. Here comes Dark J and MO4 God pushing up to the broken wall. Shinu is holding off by the shack, and it looks like El Mamont got his number. God is not too far behind. It's a split going on towards Shinu, and there goes God. Shots in. Down goes Shinu as well. El Mamont with the Tommy gun. Wiles, the last one alive. A couple of shots exchanged, but looks like as soon as Wiles saw El Mamont and God pushing up with intent, he just decides to fall back and run out of there. But probably not going to be able to make it too far without a vehicle, especially when everything else is open ground. Might as well just fight. Wiles holding off the rock, and apparently we are going to play a little peekaboo over here. MO4 Black trying to find where Wiles is. Does he got a vehicle all the way back here? No, he's stuck.
If I'm one of these teams inside this zone, it's like there's no need to move, there's no need to rotate. You see in teams, this happened to Autobots, they lost 2 of their players rotating. There's no need to, if you're in a spot, to rotate just for the sake of rotations. If you got a place, see where the zone's going to take you before you decide to move.
Oh, absolutely. And looks like 10 HP did not get that memo from you, and looks like they're 2 down as they were trying to rotate right around Los Leones. MO4 able to spot them and drop them. Ecuador and Prod getting taken down early on. Bliss is not looking too hot either, getting spotted by villains this time. Almost gets taken out, but is going to drive off into safety as well. 10 HP's Goldie might have to come back for a pickup pretty soon. Let's see if he's able to or not. Or they can just go to the compound and get some hard cover and just hunker in and prevent any pushes coming in, which is going to be hard being a 2-man team, but it's not impossible.
And this match is kind of developing like we thought. You're going to lose about 4 squads in that first zone. That's usually what happens in Miramar, is that initial rotation loses about 4 squads before people jump. They jump out with other squads. We'll have to see that after this circle comes in. Does it slow down and allow people to kind of hold down their compounds, not having to move if they don't have to?
Yep, absolutely. But then again, like, you do have to preempt the zone a little bit, because eventually the zone's going to close and eventually you're going to have to make that rotation. So you can't be on the edge of the zone and you can't be too deep into the zone, because you're going to get shot from all directions possible. So you do have to, as an IGL, you do have to make that choice, make that decision where your team is going to hunker down until the next zone as well. And looks like Forsaken Gaming is doing it pretty well. They got a high ground. Jordan on that high ground is trying to provide the overwatch. Now out of this zone, they are center zone with Jonica, Trick, and Gold on the bottom, Jordan on the top. And they are dropping a couple of shots down on Dembisi as well as team number 10. What is team number 10, Pickford?
Team number 10 is for Obaya Man Esport.
All right, gotcha. For Obaya Men. That's going to be hard to pronounce, but I got this. For Obaya Men. All right, perfect.
And there's ton of room in the southern area. If you're down there by Impala or the southern area, there's room in there. Obviously, teams don't know that. They're pretty much up in that northwest corner, have to push in, and that's where a lot of teams are already holding the edge of that zone. So if they do push in, is it going to affect these teams as they come in?
Oh, it sure will, but I think a lot of teams are going to be going all the way around, like OUTcast Bravo is doing right now. They just took the coast way. They're just driving off the coast, trying to enjoy the scenery a little bit, driving into Impala.
Smart. Coming down that east highway, they should be able to rotate down there pretty safely.
Oh, absolutely, and they don't have to worry about both sides anymore. They just have to worry about one side, essentially, one side in front. And they are able to make their way all the way into Impala. Impala is not taken at all, but they don't go for the city. They go for the mountain on top and get that overwatch position set up, the high ground set up, so they can catch all the other teams coming into Impala. So that's quite a good play from OUTcast Bravo right there. A lot of teams would probably just go into the comp, or rather into the city, and try to hunker down and try to get all the angles possible, but getting that high ground position is so essential, especially when you come into a Miramar match, and OUTcast Bravo is right on top of things right there. Out back by the Power Grid and San Martin open field right there. We have GME fighting it off against ADS, or rather Unzipped really. Danny goes down to Puddles, and Michael is coming in as well. Puddles might spot Michael as well. Let's take a look how Puddles do this. 2 down for them so far. SpaceX's Hulk is still alive. ADS Nav just got taken down and thirsted as well. Unzipped's K9 got taken down and thirsted. So it's a 2v3 essentially, but Danny's been down for Ghostly Elite. So it's going to be a 2v2. Let's see how it plays. Puddles getting spotted now. Ghost single tapping it. Almost gets that kill, or rather almost gets that knock, but just not enough.
Ooh, and Baby does take that kill from Peep was knocked. Baby was able to go in there and steal that from tequila shots from that high area, but Razik does turn around and smack Ligma with a knock. They should be able to pick Ligma up because of the distance.
Oh, they sure will be. They have quite a number of players. They have all 4 up over there. Baby is still trying to get some eyes down towards northeast side, but Baby will have to switch her attention pretty soon down on tequila shots, who are out of zone. So if they can get a couple of knocks, it might just put tequila shots in a pickle. Not quite a lot of trouble, but it will be a pickle for sure to come around from that. Broda now taken off early on. Probably will be scouting ahead and probably will be trying to get that angle off on Misfire right there. Razik holds off out back. They already have Tryhard down. It's going to be Truny, Razik, and Broda for the rest of the game right here. They all looks like they have a vehicle each. Truny is still trying to get that angle going, or probably just looting up, essentially. I don't know. They will have to get to zone pretty fast, though. They don't have anyone contesting that. Out back, though, we still have that fight between GME and Unzipped. And GME looks like they were able to pick Danny up. Puddles is not looking good. Here comes Danny. He's going to get some revenge. And down goes Puddles indeed. That is going to be it for Puddles. I don't even know where Hulk is right now. I think he just went up ahead, and now he is driving straight into Arabic Boys. Well, ex-Arabic Boys, I guess. He's got to be careful, though, because we got Spec and Zeo on top. J7 just heard that pickup as well, and he's going to be coming in. Starlight drives straight in a buggy as well. SpaceX Hulk drops a couple of shots on Starlight. Not going to drop any key shots anyway. We got a high ground on Spec and Zeo as well. Spec spots Hulk. Hulk goes down. That is it for Unzipped. Team number 13 will come out in 21st position. That was quite fast, though. Out back, however,
and that's what you're going to see down the second zone. 4 teams knocked out, and it looks like now all the teams except for GME that need to get in can get in. GME still has to find a way into the zone.
Oh, damn.
Either through tequila shots or through misfire, as they push in right now.
What did you do to this bus, villains? Wow. That thing's flying off. All right. Nice. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a distraction. Shit. People are going to be looking at one of the windows and they just see this bus moving around and they're like, oh, they're moving. Nope. You dead. There's Black Kenobi now getting spotted, and he gets knocked down as well. Horsepower's already been thirsted, and Black Kenobi got to be careful right here. He might just get thirsted as well. Lil is going to hold off behind the tractor, try to get some cover fire going. Dookie almost gets spotted. He's down to about 40% health. Looks like villains are trying to get those shots under the tractor and just hope and wish that one of them hits. If they do, it's going to be pretty good. Meanwhile, Trick pops 4OM's Viz with an M24. I love those M24 shots. I gotta have to take a look at that pretty soon.
Let's see if Misfire can know to go north, up north. All that's up there right now is Fat Boy. They take, but Forsaken Gaming is also pushing north too, up in that rotation.
That hard zone shift though, it came right off. It came right off of Los Leones zone. Gonna go back to Minas Generales. Almost looked like Impala zone for a small time, but it looks like it's going to move out of Impala as well. OUTcast Bravo, meanwhile, we're able to spot SpaceX, and we're able to drop a couple of shots down as well. Looks like they have Clown down. Isn't that Clown who used to play for OUTcast too?
It is.
Wow.
Same Clown.
The one and the only. The one and the only Clown.
Oh, and finished off by a third party by Wiz.
Oof, that does not look.
For Obido. And then Sarge hits Jordan. One of the best fraggers out here. Knocks him.
Okay, let's take a look at Kale is trying to pop a couple of shots in as well. Jordan is down. He is quite far from his team, and he's going to get thirsted. There's no way he is going to live through that one, and down and out goes Jordan. It's a two-man team right now for Forsaken Gaming with Jordan and Gold already down. Jonica is pushing up on former Arabic boys who are already fighting it off with J4F, and looks like J4F were able to drop at least 3 of them down, and Zio is going to be the last one alive. Jonica is right on top of things. Zio getting spotted though. No, Zio and J7 are both alive actually. J7 is going to take that ridge by the mountains, so good positioning for J7, not the best anyway. Zio on the other hand drops Jonica down with authority. Trick will probably not going to be able to make it if he goes for a pickup, but if he just goes for a 1v1 against Zio, he might just be able to. Nope. Nope. Zio is right on top of things. He's like, knocked, I'm going to get it. I don't even care. He didn't even
Trick's
care.
the only one left?
Yep, Trick is the only one left after all.
He's stuck between this Sweat team and this OUTcast Alpha team.
Oh, he is indeed stuck over there, and it's going to be a hard push out of here because, well, the zone is definitely going to be pushing out of here, more or less. It doesn't look like it will, but every time I say that, it just moves the opposite, so I'm going to play some reverse psychology on the play zone right now. OUTcast Alpha, meanwhile, still holding. Trick about to get out, but looks like a couple of shots from up top just had him fall back. Out back, however, we do have villains getting lit up. Frankie's trying to drop a couple of shots in. Snaz goes down, and down goes Schemas as well. 2 up for 4OM right now. Sarah gets thirsted. Devour is down. Hendrix and Frankie, the 2 men up. Viz is going for Zeus. See if he is able to make that pickup or not. He probably will be able to make that pickup. Frankie's trying to get some eyes down. Devour might have been able to get that information across, but it doesn't look like he did. And now Frankie is trying to get back on Pain instead of going for Zeus and God. And third party is real right now as Eldorado spots Devoured and drops him down. Gets that thirst off. And down goes Devour. 2-man team now. Villains in quite a position there. God Zeus, however, does get thirsted. Viz did not take that. What? Viz did not pick him up? Wow.
Wow.
I thought Viz was picking him
didn't.
up. He was right there the whole time. I thought he was picking it up. But he's not apparently, and God goes down and it's a 2v2 out of nowhere.
You look at OUTcast Alpha, just knows exactly where to go. Still in the zone. Directly in the middle of the zone. Not even have to move. As we talked about, getting in there in that first, second zone and not having to move is so important. That rotation does so much damage. And OUTcast Alpha is down there with Trick, with those 2 guys from Sweat. None of those teams have to move, along with Cosmos, Aurora, and that's pretty much it. Everyone else has at least moving a little bit to get into the zone.
I mean, they don't have to move a lot. Like Villains or 4OM, whichever team does win out of this 2v2, they don't really have to move a lot. But then again, they have to move straight through all these teams, and it's gonna be a gauntlet of sprays. And down goes Viz as well. The last one up is gonna be Pain. He is holding that little stairs pretty well. Frankie almost gets downed over there. He is lit up down to about a sliver of health, but just not enough. Pain not able to drop him down. I don't think either of these Villains members do have any utilities to drop it on Pain. Now looks like Frankie's just gonna run around in circles and make Pain peek as Hendrix come right behind and gets that kill off. And here's Pain right back on the stairs. They're both peeking a little side. Hendrix takes over. That's a smoke. You should just push. Yep, you should just push. I mean, Pain, you did that to yourself, bro. I mean, why would you smoke? You have a 1v2. You shouldn't have smoked. Now they can just run in. And down goes
exactly
Pain.
where you're at.
Yep. But, alright, so that is going to be it for 4OM. A great quick shot by Kale. Not going to hit it, though. Baby still full health. And Misfire is trying to make their way inside the zone. They did make their way inside the zone, but they don't have a lot to work around with. Just that one little shack.
It's one broken F-boy shack. They have Villains to their right, and they have OUTcast right in front of them. So
and OUTcast
they're kind of there. You go. They're sending Frankie was able to see Ligma and take him out pretty easily. Seeing that he was right there, he had an open door right into that shack.
MO4 meanwhile is fighting it off with T4P as well. OUTcast Bravo coming out of Impala zone right now is going to be looking down on Sweats. J7 and Zio, the only ones up for their team. Misfire meanwhile is trying to get some eyes off, but they don't seem to be spotting anyone from Villains. Not so far anyway. Dabs get taken down and he will get picked up, but the more you get down, the faster you bleed out eventually, so they got to be careful of getting knocked.
They are in the zone, so I don't think about that. But now here comes Metaphor going to push them, from the looks of it.
It does look like Metaphor Black is going to push them. Dark J is coming right behind. Baby gets spotted, dropped. Dabs almost gets dropped as well, but Dark J is going to get knocked instead. Beanbag is coming right down from top. God is coming right down from top. Baby is trying to make her way inside the shack, trying to get some pickups, but no, she won't make it in time. And Elma Mont right on top of things. Thurser. Elma Mont, however, gets taken down right after by Villains Hendrix and Thirsted as well. That was a fast thirst. Dark J is going to get picked up by God. Beanbag is still trying to get some heals off, but a couple of taps and down and out goes MO4 Black, almost as if it was nothing. Great work from, well, apparently it looks like a teamwork from Villains, Misfire, and OUTcast Alpha right there.
They're caught in a three-way. Now with this Misfire team, there's two of them left. They have the smokes. They are just keep smoking this F-boy shack just so no one can shoot at you. Let the team shoot at everybody else, because now they're going to have to move. They don't have a vehicle, so they're in a bad situation right now.
You know what team we haven't talked about the whole game? 10 HP. With losing 3 members early on, here comes Goldie just going to scavenge off of other people's crates and try to make it into zone as well. He's going to be coming right behind Villains, and they have no idea. And they're probably going to get spotted. If Goldie can hit those shots, he's going to be able to drop both of them. And down and out goes Misfire team meanwhile.
They had to keep the smokes going if they had any chance to get out of that F-boy check. Because they were just dead as soon as the smokes cleared out.
Oh, absolutely. Meanwhile, J4F now trying to make their way into zone as well. But again gets caught by tequila shots this time. And down goes Dorado. Down goes Light. Light's going to get thirsted by J7 from top. He's still looking down over there if he can spot a Delusion or Hacks or either one of those. He has already spot El Dorado. Delusion getting single tapped out as well. Almost down to about 20% health. He could have been thirsted right there. Or rather, he could have been knocked as well. Hacks, quite smartly enough, is going to go out of that. He wants none of that. And he's just going to drive into the zone if he can. Meanwhile, OUTcast Bravo is already in the zone. We got team number 9, NH, already in the zone, who's fighting it off with OUTcast Bravo. Meanwhile, Zio drops Trick down, the last one alive for Forsaken Gaming. That is going to be it for Forsaken Gaming as well. Broda goes down to the play zone. Villains have been downed as well. Not Delusion now making his way towards Hacks. Hacks stops just outside the zone, and they will have to run in right after.
T4P is knocked out in 11th place from the looks of it, yeah.
It does look like they've been dropped out as well. Let's take a quick look just in case, right? Nope.
Yeah. Remember, this T4P got knocked out in 7th place in the first match, so after SpaceX's awesome first match, so far they've had a 7th and an 11th place finish. Not what they're looking for.
I mean, they did get placements somewhat, not all the way there, but they did get some of those placements. Now, Sarge gets pick up on Kale. Advisory is holding it off. Brownie's trying to hold off Cosmos over by the blue zone, but they got to be careful because Zio and J7 might just come out on top and just shoot them all up pretty soon. MO4's BBC, the last one up. He's trying to hold it off for his team, get some placements going. 8 teams are still alive. 22 people alive. SpaceX again one more time, all 4 strong, and SpaceX is probably in for the win again. Let's see if they are able to though. Brownie gets spotted and Brownie gets dropped. SpaceX with the shots from a distance, and Brownie will get thirsted. Junie with a kill. Zio comes right back around into the blue zone just to get a couple of shots off, and does get a couple of hits, but none to matter whatsoever. They do have to move into the zone, and looks like J7 and Zio finally decide to go in as well. BBC not gonna be engaging in any fights anytime soon. Out back we have OUTcast's out back we have OUTcast's Bravo, who's gonna be looking down on North Hampshire, and North Hampshire has actually pushed up. Well, they were pushed up by the zone, but OUTcast Bravo is holding them off really well. That one bounce nade could have been so good, but it's not. It just overshoots it a little bit.
Oh, BBC knocks out 2. Can he finish? Oh,
so close. Advisory able to drop him down.
He did lose another.
SpaceX is here. No!
Oh!
What?
Oh!
Cosmos with that vehicle explosion.
Oh, whoa.
Cosmos coming in from behind. Oh my god, this is insane. Daddy go-to now trying to get that pickup on Junie, and the nades are flowing off in the direction.
Here comes Cosmos.
And they do get that thirst off. That nade is bad. They just dropped themselves. Awaken goes down. Madara goes down. OUTcast Alpha is down and out. Vincent, the last one alive, fighting it off with go-to, the last one alive. Oh my god. And down he go-to with that pre-fire nade. Let's go. That is it for Cosmos as well. Please clip that. Please clip that whole freaking fight.
3. Oh, and so another grenade. 3 squads, 4 squads, all fighting for that little F-boy shack.
Oh my
and it
god.
Out only out of all those players, only Legato, the guy we're gonna be talking to, after the third match, the only one left. We have to ask you about that battle in Miramar. Where there was 4 squads, and he was the only one left standing at the very end.
That is crazy. SpaceX were looking so good, but Cosmos with the third party almost costing them the match essentially, with now go-to being the solo. OUTcast Bravos, Crispy's the solo as well. Looks like their fight with North Hampshire did take 3 of her members as well. So Zio and J7 are probably the favorites to win the match with a 2-man team right there. Crispy's trying to pop a couple of shots down on go-to instead. Is that Spectator's glitch? Yep, it is. Almost spotting go-to, dropping him down all to about 40-50% health. J7 on top, still dropping those shots. Crispy will have to make it into zone. Crispy goes down instantly. Zio with a scar. He was ready for it.
Only Daddy's the only one left.
It's a 1v2, and J7 on top is able to spot go-to, but go-to with retaliatory shots able to suppress J7 right back. Zio is spraying through the smoke, hoping to hit something. J7 heals up, and J7 kills him. Down goes go-to as well. Sweat's able to secure that victory for game number 2. What a match. What an intense match. Of course, dude, that fight between SpaceX, MO4, Cosmos, so intense, man. That was crazy. If there is a clippable moment in this game 2, that was it. So you better do it. Man, that was intense. All right, let's get these scores going. We got Sweats in first position, SpaceX coming in second position, OUTcast Bravo in third, Cosmos coming in fourth, J4F will secure the fifth position, OUTcast Alpha in sixth, NH North Hampshire in seventh,
MO4 in 8th, 10 HP in 9th, Aurora in 10th, T4P coming out 11th, Tequila Shots in 12th, Forsaken Gaming got taken out in 13th spot, Villains in 14th, Misfire Ares in 15th, Ghost Melee Elite securing themselves a 16th spot, MO4 Black will go out at 17th spot. Dude, all these teams play in well over 20 minutes. All of these teams.
Get 1 point.
Yep.
So frustrating.
It really is, man. It really is. GME, MO4 Black, Forsaken Gaming Red, Autobots, 4OM, and Unzipped. 22nd place. Well, no 22nd place. 22nd place will be BTE. 23rd place will be Mobile Warriors. And 24th place, finally, will be Dembasy for this game. But what a game it was indeed. I don't see anyone being that dominating so far, man. No teams really had that dominating performance by the end of Game 2 still.
Well, I mean, SpaceX did have that W in match 1. Plus, they were there at the end of match 2. I think they came in 4th.
They
so
were,
see
yes.
How they do, how the stats. I think it's going to be relatively close. As soon as we finish with our commercial, we will have the new number 1 team in OUTcast Scrim Season 2 coming in here to talk to us about how they were able to get to the number 1 spot, wrestle that away from SpaceX as soon as we come back from this commercial.
Oh, absolutely. We'll have some insights for them for sure. We'll be right back with the commercials. After the commercials, and you'll be hearing from Pickford and T4P. Get some insights about the game and see how to be top team in these scrims. Right, we are back live again, and we have Misfire's own Pickford right here. And who else is joining us? Let's take a quick look. Ooh, we got T4P's Samson in here. We got Smiley in here. Zeno just joined us as well. God damn, we got the whole party going. Let's go. What is up, guys? How you guys doing? Damn, that match was intense, man.
That was. First of all, thank you guys all for giving us your time, and congratulations on getting that number 1 spot right at the halfway point. I'm sure you guys worked very hard for it, and you guys are happy to be where you're at right now.
Yes, we are.
So I went through. I've been crunching the numbers. Why and thinking why is T4P number 1? And in my opinion, is you guys don't have a bad scrim. You might not win every scrim, but you're not having a bad scrim. If we look back over the past Friday, you guys came in first place on Friday. Wednesday, first place. Monday, before that, third place. The Friday before that, second. Before that, third. Before that, third. And then going back all the way to almost 3 weeks, finally an 8th place finish. But you guys are pretty much first, second, or third match after match after match. How are you guys able to ensure that high finish scrim after scrim after scrim?
Basically I just go for placement, and depending how zone is and what I see as the terrain in front of me, we try to play it more conservative or aggressive depending on if we can get knocks or where we want to go.
I think, Zeno, you're kind of selling yourself a little short, because I'm looking at the fraggers list. Number 5, you, 88 kills. Number 6, Dodger, 85. Number 8, Smiley, 77. And then some other girl that's on your team. I don't know. She's not even in the top 20. I don't even know where she is. But yeah, 3 out of the top 4. And by the way, the other person is Samson, which is on my fantasy team. One of the best fraggers in here. But I mean, she was the top fragger of the night in the 3rd scrim, so she's by no means a slack herself. But you guys have, I mean, you have 3 out of your 4 players in the top 10 for Fragger. So it's not like you guys. Oh, and not did well when he played, he was 15th. But you guys have so many high quality killers. Plus you get you're getting that position. How are you balancing that aggressive style to get those frags with being able to look for a place, an opportunity like that?
It's just a position I put my players in and myself. Recently, last week, I just been fragging out for I don't know how, to be honest. I guess it's just we've been getting zone, and I've been able to, I guess, judge where it's gonna shift. And yeah, no really IGLing, just shooting whatever moves around at that time.
We get our kills at the end.
Yeah.
You get the kills at the end. Now, what I've been talking to a lot of different IGLs, and when that decision when to kind of go to that center location, looks like that's kind of the new meta for season 2, that you have to make a decision as an IGL that eventually we're going to try to get into a center location, or as much center as we can. When do you guys one of the IGLs I talked to was that at the start of the 3rd circle, that's when we try to push deep into center so we can kind of hold that for maybe 2 or 3 circles. When do you guys really look at moving in center? Do you guys have a specific time in the match, or is it opportunity based, or how do you guys figure that out?
Depending, so from the first circle, if we're like I don't know, like 1,500 out of zone, we try to edge the first circle, and then next circle, if it just keeps hard shifting, so it just makes it harder for us to rotate more center. So, but if we do get closer side of zone, we do try to shoot for center. 3rd circle.
Because I mean, if you look at the teams that we're seeing constantly at the top, SpaceX, you guys are always seem to quote unquote luckily just happen to catch the zone. And by luckily, I mean through skill. You guys kind of know where the zone's going to rotate, how it's going to rotate, and it seems to really work out for you guys. Is that how do you kind of know as an IGL? How can you quote unquote guess so often and be right so often? Like what are you looking at in what the zone's at now, with the map's looking at, for you to kind of guess where the zone's going to go?
It's also just from a long time experience of IGLing and recognizing the zones from the past, and also just looking at the terrain. If a lot of compounds, if there's no compounds in zone besides like 2 or 3, it's going to be a field zone, and just go set up right away.
Now, are you a believer in that if it's a bit, if you're in, like, say, the 4th, 5th zone, to rush a city if it's a middle zone and push back on a field zone, or do you guys like to do you like to push into cities if there's a large city in that in the 5th, 6th zone?
Yeah, we tend to push into the large city and then rotate in with zones. That way we can catch players and rotating in.
One of the hardest parts, one of the things that I think really separates a team like you guys, are a top tier team, versus maybe a team that's 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, is the ability to survive that 5th to 6th circle, where we go from 15 teams down to about 8 teams. And it seems that you guys are able to not only survive through that, but survive that with 3 or 4 of your players. Do you guys consciously make an effort to stay alive? Like, what is your mindset when you know it's going to go from 5th to 6th zone, and you know it's going to start a frag out's going to happen immediately? Is that something you guys plan, or is that just something you guys just adapt to when it happens?
We kind of just adapted to the teams and how they play, and kind of just guess where they're going to be.
Are you conscious of the fact that, okay, this is the 5th zone, so this is where it's going to get hectic right now? We have to be able to be. I know a lot of teams, when they see the 5th zone and it's pushing into the 6th zone, they almost like purposely kind of like buckle down a little bit and kind of like not want to get super involved, because they know it's going to be so hectic, so many third-party attacks, so many third-party hits, that they actually just want to get to the 6th zone, then kind of look up and see what's going on and battle from there. You guys kind of like, how when you guys are seeing that, do you guys consciously know that, okay, this is the 5th going to the 6th zone, we got to be aware, or is it just part of the match?
Yeah, we're aware of the zones, and when they close in, especially, I try to make sure my players don't rush things and don't panic and mess up, because that could cost us towards the end of the game.
Now, how do you also, now you have a team of everyone on this team is a fragger. You have you have nobody that's going to be like, okay, I mean, everybody out here is fragging out. How do you balance everybody want to get those kills with the other kind of needs of the team, scouting and utility and stuff like that?
I kind of just let them play their own position, and I maybe warn them once, like, hey, this is probably a bad spot, you need to move out of there. if they don't listen, then they just, get knocked, and thirsted. They have no one else to blame but themselves. So,
I like that. And I have heard the rumor is that if you listen to the comms for T4P, it's pretty quiet, pretty chilled. No one's screaming, no one's yelling. It's not a crazy fest. It's pretty much everybody knows, because everybody on that team has been in this game for a minute, knows what they're doing. So it's like there shouldn't be really any surprises. But from what I've heard, is that it's very quiet, very calm in your comms, even when it's going off.
Yeah, I try not to get too loud, or make sure they're not too loud, so we can get our comms through each other.
I know that you have to get in there, get into this match. I know that Samson's up there in Team 1. Looks like she's going to be playing for OUTcast in this match. As we get ready to go into this third match, you guys have worked so hard to get that number 1 spot, but you're only 10 points in first place. How are you going to be able to keep this for the next 4 weeks and finish number 1 overall?
I'm not too sure. Usually Monday nights are bad nights, are worst nights in my opinion, but we tend to pick it up more on Wednesday and Fridays.
Well, but you have really been doing well. I got nothing but respect for all you guys. Like I said, you guys have been so consistent. I mean, you're by the way, when he says it's their worst night, that's it. They come in third place. Wednesday and Friday come in first. Then last Friday, yeah. So then they come in second on Friday, third on Wednesday, and then third on your last bad match was on a Friday where you came in 8th, which is pretty damn good. If 8th is your absolute
4
worst.
wins in a row. By the way.
I know. What's that?
Yeah. 4 wins in a row.
Now with that said, you guys are kind of you guys aren't really fragging out on your first night in first place. How are you going to turn that around for the next 2 matches?
We'll see if Zone doesn't, do as bad in these next 2 games.
And by the way, when I say this is T for P, man. I mean, anybody else would be happy with a 7th and 11th place finish. But I know that you guys, with your constant number 1s, top 3 finishes, and you guys obviously want to do very well in the Sandhawk and the Aragon match at the end. Do you change anything up when you have 2 matches that aren't maybe up to your caliber going into the third match, or you just play the same game no matter what?
It's just, put it behind us and move forward. I just try to learn from what I did wrong as an IGL and try to adapt it into the next game.
Well, as we get ready to pump in here to the next game, good luck. I give the number 1 team in OUTcast Scrims. It's at the halfway point. T for P, thirsty for points. Otherwise, it was tasty for P. They are number 1 in here, and I tell you what, playing as good as any team we've seen, going all the way back to When It's on Black. So good luck to you guys tonight, and hopefully you guys can keep fragging out. And yes, we'll have you on at the end of the season when you guys maybe are going for that number 1 spot.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
there we go. The number 1 team in. I tell you what, and I tell you this: it's not easy to be number 1 in this bad boy. We've had 36, I think, total teams. Let's put it this way: we've had 35 teams so far this season. You're like, all right, but that's only 35 teams. But with that said, let me get my stats out so I can give you all the straight scoop. Well, that is 302 players that have played so far.
Damn.
Out of 232 of those players have gotten at least 1 kill. 70 have gotten no kills. And there have been 6 players that have played every single match coming in tonight. That's Goldie from 10 HP, Bliss from 10 HP, Trick from Forsaken Gaming, Peep from Forsaken Gaming Red, Drago from SpaceX, and Daddy Legato from SpaceX. Those are the only people that have played every single match so far in Season 2. 6 people.
Wow. And speaking of that, after Game 2, we have the live scores up on the screen. SpaceX getting that first position so far with 1 win in Game number 1. We have in second position MO4 that point difference is quite massive actually. Between the first and the second position after 2 games, we have like 20 points 20 difference. Points. That is insane. Sweat's coming in third position, but we can't go too deep into that because game number 3 is already started and it's Sandhawk. We got to go check out what's going on in boot camp, man.
There we go. Boot camp is already, but only just for fun is the only one that dropped there for some reason.
What?
Which is surprising.
Wow.
Usually we're getting at least 2 of them that go in there. Although Hey, it is not my fault that Samson is playing for Unzipped.
Pickford actually reminded her. Just saying.
I told you the other, so that's not my fault. I'm not taking any responsibility for that. Although, and now that who was it? Team. No, I think that was spelled out because they do have 4 players for on T4P.
Oh,
So
what?
she's going down there to help out Unzipped to fill out our team. I wish, because all they had was K9 and Puddles. So I tell you what, I wish I could just call in a favor to get a player of Samson's caliber just to drop it on my team, because she is no joke, a frag queen.
Oh no, absolutely, she is quite insane with those frags. But right here, Dembassy's Kiro gets caught out with Sweats, and down goes Kiro. Extreme's gonna fall back, gonna get some distance. Don't want to take that fight because why are they so spread out? It's a Sandhawk match. Extreme's way out there. Kiro got caught with the Sweats. And then we have Fatal and Slingshot all the way down to the south side of Paradise Resort. You shouldn't be that spread out. You really shouldn't. Unless you have just the upper hand in the game, but you have 96 people alive and you decide to be that spread right in the beginning in a small ass map like Sandhawk.
You gotta be able to jump right. You gotta be able to fight at a moment's notice.
Absolutely. Baked Bunny gets baked over there. Good shots coming in from MO4 Black. Dabs is trying to hold them back.
You see this Spin-a-4 team, they're pushing together as a squad. All 4 of them together. They only lost 9-1 push. Now they're going to finish off Fish.
That is it.
This gets run through because they're all on their own program. They're all doing their own thing. Metaphor is pushing as a group, while the Misfire team is spread out. So it was pretty much just 4 1v1s.
Yeah,
four
was.
4v1s over and over and over again. That is why that Misfire is out and Metaphor has all their players left, because they didn't fight as a squad. They fight as 4 individuals, and that's why Metaphor has got 4 kills right off the bat.
You're absolutely right about that for sure. On the other hand, we got SpaceX Hulk, the last one up for GME, and down and out he goes as well. Cosmos getting that wipe off on GME early on as well, and they're going to come out in 23rd position. But Cosmos don't have a lot of time to breathe, because as they come out of Cow, they're going to be blessed with OUTcast Bravo waiting for them. Let's see how they decide to come into zone from here. We got about 4 teams still outside the zone over by the Sami Island. OUTcast Alpha is going to be coming in right on Painan, and they're going to be meeting up with Unzipped in Painan. 10HP is still trying to get that edge of zone going, and they're trying to make their way into Ruins as SpaceX moves out of Ruins, trying to get that Camp Alpha Island. On Camp Alpha, however, we got T4P with that edge drop that we talked about earlier on, and you said that you really like those drops where people do drop behind Camp Alpha, behind Camp Bravo, or behind Camp Charlie, rather than going straight in.
If you look at what T4P's do, where they drop behind Camp Alpha, they hit all those compounds, then push into Camp Alpha. I think that is a smart play. If I was on a Charlie, I'd have dropped into Bantai. And I tell you what, if that Misfire team had dropped behind Camp Bravo, they'd still be alive right now, because they could have looted out there and then pushed in at their own core if they'd wanted to.
Well, you're not wrong about that, but meanwhile, we have Sweats running right side by side with OUTcast Bravo, and finally they hear each other's footsteps. Zeo spots him. Zeo gets spotted right in turn, but Crispy is not ready for that. Spec drops Crispy down with some AK shots. Meanwhile, Samson gets taken out by Trick and gets thirsted instantly as well. Running a little too far away from her team right there and gets taken out back. However, looks like 4OM is trying to drop some shots down. Snow gets caught by Starlight, and down and out goes Snow. Snuggles trying to get some shots in as well, but not doing a lot of damage. Specs almost gets spotted and dropped, but he holds off right on time. He just stops shooting, he lets Goose run out of his ammo in the clip and just waits for it, and Goose does indeed run out of ammo. Specs just peek out of that tree, and down goes Goose as well. Snuggles moves back right on time and looks like he will be able to make some distance, if not much, for the time being. Out in Painan, however, now Unzipped are getting run over by OUTcast Alpha as well. Here is Sarge, Brownie, Tricks, and Advisory looking down, trying to find where Puddles is, where the last man for Unzipped is. They've already dropped K9 down. They've already dropped T4P's
Samson down as well. D3 Fatal meanwhile gets caught and dropped as well. FG Peep gets caught by advisory shots. Brownie's been down. Sarge pops a quick smoke, and hopefully we'll be able to get that pickup off as well. Up top, however, we have Forsaken Gaming red team. Peep, Pain, U-turn, and of course they are accompanied by DOA Lucky, and he's trying to get some eyes down across as well on Puddles. Ooh,
we've only lost what 2 squads, but we've lost 22 players.
We got
in this first 6 minutes. So quite a few amount of players just on multiple squads from the looks of it.
It does. We have 22 teams still alive. Like a lot. We've already lost about 22 players, but only 3 teams have been wiped out so far. And looks like we have a roster change for Forsaken Gaming as well. MSK Mamba is gonna replace MSK Jordan for this game, and let's see how this turns out. Mamba is quite the youngster, man. He has proven to be quite a gamer himself. You'll see what I'm talking about if you're able to. But so far, right here, we're looking at Lucky, who is trying to prone his way towards OUTcast Alpha. He might just be able to spot Brownie right there. Here comes Pain as well.
Oh, it does get Sarge.
Oh, yes, Sarge does go down indeed, and Trex is going to fall back, try to get some pickups going. Brownie gets spotted as well. Lucky with 2-piece so far. And here comes Trex. Down and out goes Trex as well. U-turn got Sarge. Pain gets Trex, and that is going to be it for OUTcast Alpha team. Forsaken Gaming
place. Wow.
Red destroyed that team right there. I pretty much thought that they did have the upper ground, but I do feel like OUTcast Alpha did rush it a little bit. I mean, even though they did have the zone, they did not have to push out of it. They were already all the way to the bridge, and then they decided to move back and go for Forsaken Gaming Red, who already have upper ground, who already have all these rocks and ridges to work around with. So I do feel it's a little premature on their part, but I wouldn't know. I'm not playing.
Yeah, if you have the scores, what place is Team 21 in right now? Sweats.
Sweats. Let's take a look at Sweats is 3rd position after 2 games so far.
All right, good.
Men4 in 2nd and SpaceX in 1st.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. There goes BTE though. MOW able to drop him out, and now they switch their attention straight to Forsaken Gaming's Trix and Jonica. Not too far behind from them is going to be Mamba and Gold. Let's see how this turns out. The zone is still anybody's. It's certainly not going to be in Camp Charlie Island, but it still can be in Camp Alpha Island. It's about 25-75 chance. Looks like it's going to end up in Boot Camp Island, if not in the river out of nowhere, like it did, I think, on Friday, did it? When 10HP got that zone in the island where Tequila Shots is right now? That was a crazy end zone.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. When it's like right on that island, and that's what I said. I was like, that's why I rotated in that match, and it ended up working out. I saw this in the clips, but like I said, when it comes down to that island, if you get in there and get yourself play that out, a team that maybe wouldn't get a number 1 spot can get a number 1 spot just because of the luck of the rotation.
Oh yeah. And it looks like Forsaken Gaming's red team didn't have no time to breathe either. As soon as they wiped out OUTcast Alpha, they had to run into Autobots. And Autobots are trying to get some shots off. They already got Lucky down and out. They have all 4 up right now. Rogue getting spotted, but is not down yet. Peep finally does get him down indeed, and looks like he's gonna get thirsted. Pain almost gets taken out, but he is able to take down Rain as well. We still have U-turn on a wide flank, who might just be the wild card here for Forsaken Gaming red team in holding off Fat Boy and Jake, trying to get that pickup for their team, and Jake gets knocked as well. Fat Boy, the last one alive, not looking the greatest for Autobots. Finally, U-turn is going to engage now that he has some time to fall back. Peep gets caught though. Pain is down, Peep is down. It's a 1v1 again. Oh my god. Let's see if U-turn is going to clutch it for his team, or is it going to be Fat Boy who's able to make that final kill off. Fat Boy is smoking his way. He's trying to make his way in towards Jake if he can. U-turn gets spotted though. What a good barrage of shots from Fat Boy right there. dropping U-turn down to about 5% of health, and he will be able to make that heal off as Fat Boy falls back, gets some distance. But this is probably the time for Pain and Peep to provide some information to his teammate to come across and get that either the wipe off or go for Pain and get at least a pickup going, because Fat Boy is already done with his. Jake's is going to get that heal off, and he's going to push straight up as well.
If they saw what was happening, Jake and Fat Boy, I thought would probably push just on their own, just to get U-turn. And even if you always say to sacrifice Rain, because if U-turn is going to pick up Pain, it's a 3v2, but it's still be very, very close. It does U-turn and Pain decide to beat feet out of there.
All right. Here we go. U-turn finally does take down Jake again, though. Oh, what? Oh, my headphones got... my headphones ran out of power. That's awesome. Rain is getting lit up as well. Rain finally does go down after all, though. Fat Boy, again, the last one up for the team. Pain now trying to get that rotation going, see if he can come on top of him. He might just do it, though. Looking in position. Fat Boy catches him again, though. Man, and we are back to square one. It's going to be Fat Boy versus U-turn. U-turn this time, however, on top of things, drops him down. Down and out goes Autobots. What a game by these two teams. But, of course, Forsaken Gaming Red coming out on top of it. They did lose 2 members, so that is definitely going to hurt. Still 17.
But they have 17, but they do have 18 kills, so that to go with that. So, they do have at least some points to get knocked out early.
Oh, yeah. Meanwhile, Smiley for T4P has been downed by SpaceX, and they just let her bleed, or rather, let Smiley bleed out as Zeno and Dodger try to make their way towards the zone. They are probably going to be running straight in towards SpaceX as well, who will be crossing over towards Bootcamp pretty soon. Meanwhile, Forsaken Gaming has crossed over the river. They are looking down towards Bootcamp from that coast. Sweats are coming down from Paradise Resort Hill, and they're going to be looking down at Bootcamp pretty soon as well. Aurora finally is trying to make their way towards Bootcamp as well. They're probably holed up in that compound just about north of Bootcamp. On top, however, MO4 Dark Team is fighting it off with MO4 Regular, I guess. And both these teams are in for some trouble with Vena down. Cronus finally gets thirsted. BBC and Real Deal alive for theirs. Vena is not down. Actually, Vena is just healing up. And 2 men up for MO4 Black. God and Elmamont. Elmamont prones. BBC on top of it. Down goes Elmamont. Wow. God right behind him. But God is not going to be able to do much here. They need real God to save them from this MO4 team.
And now you have Bliss bringing up behind. So you have a lot of teams. Well, not a lot, but at least 10 HP Bliss and T4P all in the blue. And look at Goldie way over at Camp Alpha. Just chillaxing. So it looks like Bliss and Goldie have decided to go on their separate ways to see who can stay alive longest.
I guess that's the plan here. As the zone is starting to close up, it's going to be interesting where it goes. And now some shots are popped off between J4F, Sweats, and Forsaken Gaming. MSK's Mamba gets caught, almost down to about 20% health, but they did lose one though. They did definitely lose one. Gold gets taken down. Mamba gets caught in that coast. Not a lot of moves for Mamba to make over here. Trick will have to provide some sort of plays over here. If he can get one knock, either Trick, Janik, or Mamba can get one knock, they will have some chance to regroup and probably get a better position than they are in right now. They are way spread out, and Trick now looking at both Bootcamp and on top Eastside Hill. And Spec gets spotted though. Down goes Spec. Trick with the shots indeed. Mamba will have to move up now to get that thirst off as Starlight and Exits J7 come down. And there goes Mamba trying to get some action as well. He will spot Starlight in no time. Stops, peeks, runs back to cover. Good stuff. Zio, meanwhile, catches Jerry coming out of Bootcamp, and Hacks as well, and Hacks goes down. Jerry goes down. Snipes is still alive. Eldorado is still alive for J4F. Hacks is definitely getting thirsted. Starlight's already made his way all the way to Spec, and got that heal off as well. Some single taps from Tequila's shots from across the river. they're trying to get some action for themselves as well. And it looks like J7, or rather S7 Spec and Starlight are just gonna fall back. They don't want that fight. They want to go to zone and they want to keep everybody out of it. Meanwhile, SpaceX is coming in from behind and they are lighting everybody up. MOW Orphan is still alive though. Venom not so lucky to be downed. He will get that heal off. Doa is coming up as well, but they don't have a lot of moves over here. SpaceX will be holding that coast with their life, and as soon as they spot them, they will drop those shots down on them. Jonica might just spot Giuliani, Goto, and Junie coming up on them. They've been popping shots so far. They haven't spotted Jonica yet. Jonica now finally moves and will get spotted. Giuliani comes right around the smoke. Jonica gets taken down. Goto goes down to Mamba's shots. Out back we have Clown who just takes down U-turn as well. Junie spots Mamba coming out of that little ridge and down goes Mamba. Tequila shots trying to get that thirst off, but they won't. Trick is still coming into play. Truny gets that kill off of Mamba anyway from Tequila shots. On top we have Sweats who are still trying to spot any moves coming in from any of the team that does win that fight. Apparently they don't care who comes in. They want to kill everyone. And here's Junie.
There's so many third-party battles right now. So many third-party people hitting up. Even if you get a knock, as though teams come in here, we saw with Tequila shots getting the finish off. Even though if you get the knocks, you'd be able to get the knock and the finish. You better get those points.
Absolutely. Now we have Trick and Dorado fighting it off 1v1 in the north side warehouses of Boot Camp. On top coast, we have SpaceX all four up again. We have Sweats way the hell up top on the east side mountains, and they are all four up. MOW's Orphan is coming into zone, but he's down to about 40% health. The moment Eags gets spotted, he's down. Hala drives straight into this firefight. Jerry goes down. Dorado's been thirsted. Hala goes down as well finally. 14 teams alive so far with 33 people in the zone. Horsepower, meanwhile, goes down to play zone. The Orphan is trying to drop a couple of shots in, but it's probably not the best of idea. And down and out goes Orphan as well. FBO Truny from that island is getting all the third parties in the world at this point. Meanwhile, Lil drops down 4OM's schemas. Dookie's not too far behind. He's going to come up and try to get some action for himself. Tryhard, meanwhile, drops Junie down. Tequila shots do have good position, but they do have to figure out a way to get into the next zone pretty soon. Now the zone's starting to move. It's about 6th play zone, and it's going to hurt pretty bad. Here's Starlight on top, still trying to spot.
This is when it gets bad.
It does indeed, man. 11 teams and 28 people. Blink once, you're down to 4. Watch.
Exactly. You know how this works, Voodoo. It's going to be a quick. You got to stay alive, but I think it's more important to stay alive and get these kills at this point.
Absolutely. So Playzone did get Junie. Clown gets spotted by Spec and downed. Goto is trying to make it into Coast, but Spec spots him, drops him. Dude, Spec's just running and gunning this. He just runs a couple of strides, looks around towards the coast, spots Clown, down. Runs a couple of strides, looks around towards the coast, down another one. Dude, what is this play? Sweats are looking good. All 4 up, coming down from Paradise, or rather Bootcamp Hill, and they will be running straight into the Death Compound and the Twin Rocks. Vez has been down for 4OM. NH has been taken out as well. MO4 Black is down to the last man, MO4 God. Tequila shots, Tryhard is still alive. The last one alive, he's going to heal off in the zone and get down to the zone eventually, of course. Pain gets taken down by zone as well. There goes Tryhard. That is going to be it for Tequila shots. Giuliani goes down. SpaceX are out as well. M4 BBC still up for M4. Vena needs a pickup. Goldie somehow is in the zone. Goldie's in the zone. How did you do it, Goldie? He's a solo man who dropped Vena as well. A good nade probably could get him a 2-piece as well, but looks like Goldie's just going to hold the angle instead. Out back, we have MO4 God, the solo, who is going to be getting pushed by 4OM. Actually not. They all have to move to zone. The only team in the zone is a full squad. This is not looking good for the other teams right here. A duo in 4OM. We have a duo in MO4. Then we have the solo of MO4 God and 10 HP Goldie. And then we got the full squad of Sweats. Pain drops God down. That is it for MO4 Black Team. 4 teams still alive. Goldie goes down to BBC's M7. Vena goes down, and right after, BBC goes down as well. And just like that, we're looking at 2 teams alive, a 4v2 in favor of Sweats. Spec is spotting everything. If it moves, Spec sees it, man. He's got 7 kills on the board so far and probably pushing up for the last one, as well as J7 and Zio come up from the right side trying to get that last kill as well. The zone looks like it's going to get the last kill. Nope. Spec does get the last kill as well. Down and out goes Zeus, and down and out goes 4OM. They did secure the second place, but the Sweats were actually sweaty this game, man.
I tell you what, I am getting some word that this Sweats team might not even be eligible to play, because there is a rule that says that at least two of the members have to have the same clan tag, and nobody on the Sweats team has a clan tag. So I do not know if this team was even going to be eligible to score any points. Again, I'm just getting initial rumors from inside the think tank, but like I said, there is a specific rule that says 2 members have to have clan tags, and nobody from this team has a clan tag on this Sweats team. So I do not know if they're even going to be eligible to score any points tonight. We'll have to wait until we get an official ruling from the OUTcast leadership.
Oh man, that absolutely sucks. Well, as long as we don't have that figured out, after game 3 with the teams that we had over here, Sweats did score the first place, the chicken dinner right here. They dropped about 17 kills. Second place for 4OM, dropping a 3 kill and securing that second position as well. MO4 coming out in third, and they've dropped another 12 piece for themselves. Pretty good and intense game overall. As always, it's FPP, so it is going to be intense. Well, TPPs are intense as well, but FPP just better. I don't know if you like it or not, but it's just better.
I like it. I like FPP infinitely better than TPP. I think it's a better version of the game. I think it is the highest level of the game. A lot of people hate FPP because it's harder.
It is.
It's easier to play. It's just easier to play TPP, so people like that more. But I think that FPP is a truer representation of the game. It is what the pros play, and I think that's what everyone should play. But again, that's the definite minority when it comes to FPP over TPP.
Oh, absolutely. And if anyone has any trouble understanding why I say FPP is just better, because these games are categorized as first-person shooter. That's why.
Yes.
Which ways, but that's it.
Yes. When they say that with the category, it's all FPSs. It's not. There's no games called a TPS.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, TPP is just an addition. It's actually a FPS, so... Any which ways, we'll have that conversation probably later on, but we're going to head on into another advertisement, and we're going to have another one coming in for the interview as well. Let the people know who it is going to be this time.
We're going to have Daddy Gatto / Legato from the team formerly in first place, trying to get back in there. It is Legato as soon as this commercial is up.
Well, there you go. There you have it from Pickford. So, Legato or Lagodu? Wait, let me see. I don't know. It is Godu, not Gatto.
I call him Steve.
Whatever you guys want to say.
That sounds good enough. All right, so we'll be right back after this break. Don't go anywhere. Well, there it is. We are back again, and we already have Lagodu joining us over here right alongside Pickford. What is up, my man? How you doing?
Nothing much. All good.
And so, yes, the team that was up until Friday had been in first place for the entire season. Now, 10 points out of first place, SpaceX. So the first question is, how are you feeling about how SpaceX did in the first half?
I mean, we did. I'm not feeling too great. We could have done better and kept the lead like even higher, but we messed up a few days. I messed up as in we got like below 15th, so we weren't consistent. We were either top 3 or like below 15.
I think that is a good point, because I was going through, like I said, the past 7 scrims on Friday. You came in 11th, but then you came in on Wednesday 2nd, Monday 2nd, but then the Friday before that 10th. Then you had a first, and then a 6 and a 4. So you guys are having a lot of number one top finishes, but then you're like kind of sandwiching it in with the occasional 11th or 10th. You know, those double digit finishes are really it's hard to stay at the very top when you come in 10th or less.
Yeah, Fridays are bad for us. It's bad luck Duke Day.
Yeah, that's what Duke says, because we keep telling him like before he makes up the stats that man SpaceX is dominating. They're just crushing everybody, and then he comes in on Friday and he's like, "What are you talking about? This team came in 10th place." And I'm like, "Dude, I don't know what it is. You're bad luck. Maybe you guys should like talk to Brownie about getting Duke kicked off on Friday, so you don't have that bad luck." But with that said, obviously SpaceX, you're a team that has been around the block at least 20 times in your life. You guys have been in this situation. You guys have a ton of experience. So what do you do now, you, Giuliani, Clown, very, very experienced players? Now that you're only 10 points out of first place, what are you doing now to readapt and recover and get back into that top spot?
No, we're gonna take the lead today. We're hunting for it.
Oh, I
Easy.
see. I like it. I like that. You guys did come out in that first match and really just kind of like said, you know what, relax. T for P did take the lead, but we're still here. You guys were dominating that first match, but obviously now you have to recover that 10 points. Not only that, you have to cover it, but you know it's one thing to get to the top, but as you know, it's hard to hold that spot week after week after week. What do you guys go? What's the mindset to not only get back to number one, but to hold it for 4 consecutive weeks? It's obviously going to be very, very difficult.
I mean, I think we can do it. Like that's what we look forward to, just keeping the lead. So we play for that.
Yeah, it looks like you guys have no problem when it comes to having top players. You got, although he's not playing right now, Drago, the number 2 overall fragger with 94. Yourself, number 4 with 89. Junie, number 7 with 81. Then Giuliani, 16th with 58. So obviously everyone on this team. Plus, you just have a sub named Clown who comes in here and frags out himself. So it's not like you guys are hurting for players.
Yep.
How are you able to balance a team when everybody on the team is such a fragger?
I mean, I mostly try playing Clown for FPP and Drago for TPP. So that's how we do it. You would see Drago play all TPP and Clown just play all FPP.
That is, I mean, so there is a madness behind the, a mindset behind that madness.
Yep.
What you're going in there. And we also, if you look at like the frags tonight, I mean, Giuliani has won it. Drago has won in the second match. And then you have, but then after those first 2 events, you guys haven't really hit the top fragger of the night. Do you guys feel that that after doing well at the beginning, it's been harder to get those kills?
I'll tell you why. It's because Giuliani and Drago didn't put a daddy in front of them.
Oh,
so
is that
throwing. Right? They're throwing. Yeah.
That's a little secret for the game. But
yeah, you need a daddy.
Now, but Drago does have most kills in one game with 13, so he does have that. And Giuliani currently in 5th with SpaceX. So obviously these are all just stats that shows that SpaceX is just consistently out there fragging out, doing well, playing successfully. One question I want to ask all the teams is, one thing that's unique to these scrims is this 5th to 6th circle, where we'll go from 15 teams down to 8 teams in 90 seconds. How is SpaceX, and we see especially in Miramar, especially in that Erangel match, you're able to not only survive that, but survive it with all of your players. How are you able to stay alive when it goes from about 50 people down to about 20 people in about 90 seconds?
I mean, we full send early. We just full send into the 5th zone or the 6th zone. We just be like, okay, we gotta fight. There's no way you can escape it. So we just full send for the spot. And it's a do or die.
So are you looking at when you're looking to get into a center spot? Are you looking at it during the 5th zone? Is that when you go in there to push, or is that when? Yeah, and that's I mean that's obviously been very successful. You guys have been killing it. Now,
I mean, we go for the win, so I mean it's like if you try to survive, like you're just gonna like keep hiding. So it's either like do it or like just die like 13th. You either get first or you like don't. So we try to get the win.
And now,
Basically.
and so as we go into the second half of the season, you guys, Stone, you guys haven't had an occasional bad night out, 10th place, 11th place. How are you going to try to kind of like close that in, and instead of getting maybe a 10th or 11th place, get a 7th or 6th? You know, try to like just increase those abilities just a little bit more. It seems
Yeah,
like that it's gonna be hard to be to win it all if you with the occasional 10th or 11th place finish.
Yeah, basically we try to win Mondays and Wednesdays, like come first, and then we definitely need to work on, I don't know, like Friday, get like 5th or 6th. Not even try to aim for the win, but just try to aim for top 10. Let's start off with that.
Yeah, I mean, because you guys are definitely. I mean, you guys have. It's not like you guys are hurting for players. You guys are just like I think a couple of tweaks here and there. Like I said, just not even winning. I think you said it perfectly. Keep doing what you're doing on Monday to Wednesday, and just get a little bit better on Fridays. That you guys are back in on the top and running away with it going into the second half. So, with that said, are you? What is your confidence level of you coming out here at the end of this in first place?
Out of 10, 10.
There you go. I'd love to hear that. Legato always coming in here, not one to mince words, coming in here telling us exactly what's on his mind. So as we get ready, we're moving into this last match. Good luck for you guys going into Erangel, and hopefully you guys will be successful, and we'll see you in the top spot.
All right, thank you.
All right, so that was, of course, Legato from SpaceX, bringing us some insights into what the mindsets of SpaceX is going to be tonight, coming into this last game of the scrims for the FPP Mondays. But right now we have on screen all the prizes for this week. It's going to be the charge play base on Friday, and then we got claw socks going every single time we go live. So make sure you guys get those tickets in. If you don't want to use all those tickets for the claw socks, you can save them and you can use them on Fridays when we give away the HyperX charge play base right there. And of course, a lot of other giveaways going on right alongside as well. However, after game 3, what are the scores looking like? Well, Sweats are right on top of it, but of course, there is some issues with their team, so we don't know how exactly that's going to turn out, but they do have about 96 points, 30 kills to their names, 2 chicken dinners so far. SpaceX getting another one as well with 29 kills, 93 points, just a 3 points difference between the two teams. The third position is going to be in MO4, Men04 with 35 kills, the most out of top 3, but the placements is where they are lacking right now. Only got 50 placement points, no chicken dinners so far in 3 games. Oh man, and here it goes. We got game number 4 already on its way. We are gonna be diving straight in with 25 teams, 90 people in this lobby right now. Plane pot is horrible. Let's just put it like it is. It's horrible.
I mean, it is. I mean, we're gonna see how many teams are gonna try to get into. I think we're gonna see the teams going to Pachinki, going into Razak, going into school, maybe some death there. They're gonna go over to that Fist of Death over by Shelter, Mansion, and School. Where those 4 highways come together, looking for a vehicle. We saw what happened in the first scrim. When that happened, we had a bunch of players getting run over. But it looks like some Metaphor already pushing. Oh, Metaphor, the only team
going
that
for
pushed
milli-base
into military. Wow, that is amazing. I'm very surprised that they're only team. Even if you landed on the road and tried to drive all the way over to Novo, but for them to be the only team to even attempt to go to military base, that's gonna be a lot of great loot only for them.
That actually says a lot because MO4, everyone knows at this point that MO4 loves dropping in melee base, and no teams do decide to challenge that. That says a lot about how dominant MO4 has been with their drop spot anyway. On the other hand, Primorsk has been taken over. Actually, Aurora loves dropping here, but right now they are not allowed to because MO4 Black takes over, OUTcast Bravo takes over.
9 teams down here. Oh, jeez.
Right? We got Sweats in the business as well. MO4 God gets taken down with pistol. Zio, what are you doing, man? He's a god. Why you gotta do him like that? With a pistol, of all things?
That's just hurtful.
It is indeed, and Starlight now making moves as well, trying to go for the diner, maybe go for Scarface, and if they do, if he does spot Scarface, it's going to be easy work from there. El Mamont will be pinned down as Kronos is already downed and thirsted by OUTcast Bravo's Snuggles over there. Spec is trying to make his way all the way around towards the west side of Primorsk, see if he can get some angles going on OUTcast Bravo and spot some movements going on over on the south side of Primorsk. J7 now following suit as well. Zeo moves into the center of Primorsk as well.
And of course, every team on this West Coast, and I tell you, if I was a team right now and I had a vehicle, I'm pushing in to like Lipovka right now. Just driving to Lipovka right now, driving to Milton, driving to Kamishki right now. You know, nobody's over there. If you can get all the way over there right now, you can hold that whole place to yourself because you know it's jam packed on the East Coast right now.
It is indeed. That would probably be a good play, and I'm surprised not a lot of teams actually decided to go for a vehicle and push up already, because usually we see that if we have a one-sided plane pad, teams would go for a vehicle and go to the other side as soon as possible, but not this time. Down goes Elma Mont as well, though, and there goes Spec. Here comes Snuggles is down. Snow coming in, and it's going to be a 1v1 against J7's. J7's on top of things, though. Snow going down. Goose going down as well. J7 is on fire right now, man. He is using those headsets like it's his years. And down and out goes OUTcast Bravo. J7 just wiped. Of course, with the help of Zeo, who got that knock on Snuggles. But, damn, J7 with a 3-piece right here all to himself. Wow, good stuff. And just like that, we landed in Primorsk with 3 teams, and we are looking at 1 full squad and a solo. What just happened
So we
here?
had 5 kills right off the bat.
Wow. On the other hand,
this is a team we've never seen before, so I don't know if it's just a team of clappers all got together.
oh
They
yeah.
decided to play because obviously they're not on the same team. That's really where the issues coming up.
Oh,
We'll
these
have to
are
see,
mostly Team 1 players just forming a team,
Yeah.
apparently.
That is what it seems to be like to me.
It is indeed. Not a lot of teams inside the zone right now, and whatever are in the zone, they're just barely in there too. J4F with their usual Rozok drop. 10 HP had to switch their plans apparently with that weird plane pad. They didn't know what to do. Usually they drop in Millie Base Island just on the edges of the coast, try to get all those compounds and finally make their way in, but this time it's different. This time they had to drop in the main island, and now they're driving straight in, getting that center zone as fast as possible. Ecuador is still holding off out back, though. He's got to be careful, and finally does get in a vehicle, and they are about to leave to... Where's that fourth person
It's
from
so
the team?
smart. I can't believe that none of these teams are pushing, getting in a vehicle. So many teams that need a good finish, whether it be New Hampshire, Misfire, GME, Unzipped. Just getting a vehicle instead of just trying to loot on this West Coast, pushing into Mansion, Yasnaya, Lipovka, and just get, because not only can you loot there, you don't have to worry about the zone once you get in there.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Like, we're looking at about, 14 or 15 teams still on the east side of the zone, and no one trying to make their way in. Cosmos finally decides to get out of Severny as well and finally make it into the zone, taking that north side edge of zone. Probably a good plan coming down from north. There's not a lot of teams they will have to contest that.
I love how Cosmos would hit those little junk lots, junk looting up there. And then I would push up into Stalbor if I was done with them. But I love what they're doing up there. I love 10 HP moving in the Mansion right off the bat. You know, usually 10 HP is a team that waits to the last minute to rotate in. They see the opportunity, and this is why this is a team that has so few kills, but yet still in the top 10 overall. Because Prod and those guys from 10 HP know what to do. They're some of the smartest players we've seen. Now they're in there. They're dead center in the zone, holding down Mansion, and we'll be able to hold that for as long as they need, as long as the zone comes in here. And that's why they're constantly top 10.
Yeah, you're right about that. Like, the only wise 10 HP might be thinking of right now is a hard shift away from it, but other than that, they really don't have to worry about a lot of things. Like, they've placed themselves so well. That Mansion compound, they have 360 degrees eyes everywhere. Any push coming in, they can see it a mile away. They don't really have to do much except for hold it with their lives.
And
Maybe.
because they're the only ones out there, if the zone does come in, if it is a hard push anyway, they should be quick enough to be able to jump in and get into a new compound.
Yeah, they would
before
have
they
to
have to go.
move
They have
less.
to go down up to Yasnaya, or they have to go down to Milta or Milta Power, or down to Shelter, or over to Lipovka or North. They're able to make that movement immediately before a lot of these teams are able to do. Because a lot of these teams are just starting to rotate now.
Yep. Like, we're looking at literally all the teams now starting to rotate. Sweats are going to go in a vehicle as well. Scarface is trying to swim across all the way to the Millibase Island and see if he can make his way to another vehicle or not. MO4 finally comes out of Millibase and they go into the intersection compound by the East Side Bridge, and they're going to keep driving essentially. I don't think they're going to stop there. BTE, meanwhile, is driving into Yas as well. Forsaken Gaming takes the compound just about north of Yas Lake. OUTcast Alphas made their way into Rozok. J4F is out of Rozok. So a lot of stuff happening, but not a lot of fights happening so far. With 10 people dead over here.
Now look at all the teams just flying in now. Now I tell you what. Now you're almost like you're behind the curve. Now if you waited this long, you know everyone's already kind of jumped in there. And now like 10 HP, they're perfect. But now BTE's got in there. SpaceX Villains. Now you're going to start seeing teams running into each other and get those knocks just on the rotations.
This is really terrible for Dembasy, though. I think they were a two-man squad, and apparently Slingshot is disconnected as well. So Extreme is essentially a solo in this game. This sucks. At least he's in zone, I guess. He can. Well, no, not he's not. All he got to do is just play really, really passive. He just has to. He just has to go find his 10 HP prod playbook and just amplify it like 10 times over and just not fight anything and just try to get that position. It's all about placement.
You are right, but what I'm saying is that this 10 HP team is right where they need to be. They're doing so well.
They absolutely are. I mean, not to take my words wrong, like I don't mean that I don't like that kind of play. Like it's just there are teams who want to win and there are teams who want to get kills. 10 HP wants to win.
Yes, I think the Prod said is that the point of this game is to win.
Absolutely.
The point of this game is not to get the most kills. Now there is a correlation between getting the most kills and winning, but it's not a causality. It's a correlation that we can still do very, very well. And it's not like they don't understand what they're doing. That's the whole reason they brought in Ecuador in the first place was because of his being able to frag out, and that's one of the reasons why he is on this team. But the rest of this team, by no means, is a bunch of scrubs. So they're going to be in there trying to do their best, trying to get the kills, but also, like I said, but placement is number one, is king for 10 HP.
It absolutely is. Right now, however, SpaceX, who are coming off of a pretty good first two games, not so good third game, they will have something to prove to themselves, if not anyone else. And right now, they are engaging with villains. Devour on an angle is getting a couple of shots across on Junie. Did hit them as well, but none's critical. None of them critical so far. So Junie is able to survive that as well, and he is able to keep Devour at bay as well, not letting Devour move a lot. Meanwhile, Sarah, Hendricks, and Frankie are holding off that dip just about north of Junie's position as well. I like that dip, actually. This is one of those additions to the game they made after the update. This was quite a dry place as well, just open field, nothing to it, and now it has something to work around with.
It has a flavor to it, some reason to be out there if you can hold that down. And it's just, it's sort of the perfect amount of area to kind of hold down as a squad.
Yep.
And you get in there, and if anybody, they're able to get in there, but they do have Hendricks and Devour over to that compound, where Sarah and Frankie are holding this compound down. So if a team does rotate through to try to hit their compound, they can hit them from behind with two additional shooters.
Oh yes, absolutely. They have placed themselves quite well in this zone as well. They are just about west of center zone, not quite too far center because, well, a lot of zone is still in water, so it wouldn't make sense to be there anyway. What happened to Jonica?
The only problem that Frankie and Sarah has is if a whole squad pushes them all out, like right off the bat, do they have enough time to win a 4v2? Can Devour and Hendricks get there in time, or will they get pushed, knocked, and thirsted before their other two teammates can get in there and help them out? And the same, I think it's safer if a team pushes the building than it does if they push these guys in this hole, because I don't think it would be very hard for Hendrix and Devour to provide them support if someone drives into that hole and starts put rounds on them.
You're absolutely right about that, but meanwhile, J4F just about runs straight into SpaceX, gets dropped. I think Jerry did get dropped indeed, and after all that fight, I think they did get one more knock on SpaceX as well. Daddy GoTo coming right on top of things. He's gonna go to the shack, try to spot J4F, and let's see what difference does he make. He is out in the open. He is vulnerable, but not enough. Dropping some shots on Jerry right now. Hax is already in the car. He's ready to move out of here. T4P's Samson comes into the play as well. With this fight, looks like Villains just about were able to push up on SpaceX as well. Just as Junie falls back, Clown falls back, Giuliani falls back to fight with J4F. Villains capitalize on that opportunity and they straight push on SpaceX, and now they're engaging with both SpaceX and J4F. It would be just better for SpaceX to not peek behind them. Villains have the better position. They should just engage with J4F if they have to, but still need to keep some eye out back and prevent any pushes from Villains. They can't get knocked though. If they get knocked, this is going to be more than over in no time. SpaceX's GoTo now, though, coming into play. Down goes Hendrix. That flank working well for GoTo. Devour spots him, though. Is not able to drop any shots, but it will keep GoTo at bay for the time being as Frankie picks up Hendrix.
Yeah, I love Extreme from the embassy. Way up there in north of shooting range, just doing his own thing in the blue.
He is solo. He just killed his teammate. I don't even know why. He's like, well, fuck it. If you're not going to be here, you're not going to be here. SpaceX GoTo now getting pushed on. One down, but he's not going to be able to take the second one down as well. Spec coming in for the pickup on J7. GoTo is getting punched out to death right now. Some single taps coming in on Sweats. And just as GoTo gets thirsted by Zio's M24, Spec gets picked up as well. And just like that, we're looking at a 2v4 for SpaceX in both directions. GoTo's down, Clown's down. Junie looks like he's trying to make his way up towards Villains, but he's got to be careful because Sweats might just spot him coming up. He's got smoke screens, but not enough. Villains, meanwhile, just drive away. Extreme gets taken down by something if it's not his own nade.
He just killed himself. He was in a right after vehicle. He shot the vehicle until it blew up.
That's funny.
I guess he was done for the night.
I guess. I mean, I don't agree with it. I would rather just have some points in.
Some points, yeah.
Yep.
Just to see how long you can stay alive. At least go rush somebody, try to kill him.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't want to kill him, you can just go to the north side of the island, just sit there in Kamekshi and wait for everyone to kill each other. You would still secure at least 10th night something. That's better than nothing.
Now we have 22 teams still left, though. 73 players.
Wow.
Going into after 15 minutes into this match.
That is crazy. 15 minutes and zone number 3 is about to start as well. This zone is about to close in. And there we go. Brownie goes down. He's going to need a pickup. Kale going up for that pickup though. Villains is 2 down as well. Advisory trying to drop some nades in but is not able to do any more damage than they already have. Meanwhile,
Team tier 1 just took out SpaceX.
Oh, wow. It was a 2-man squad trying to move into zone, so I'd assume they should have. If they didn't take out SpaceX with a 2-man team, I would be really disappointed in that T1 team, just saying. So, SpaceX does come out early on, but, I mean, I don't know how this is going to play into it, Pickford. I mean, according to the rules, you must have at least two tags, right? 2 similar tags, right?
Yes.
Now, if this team does not have tags, which means that their points don't count, but what about the teams that they've cost?
I think what happens is that the end scores is they don't exist, and any team below them would push up 1. So I guess they would be considered just as like a part of the game. Like you just were unlucky enough to run into them. But from what I understand, but again, we'll have to talk to C-Dub. Once we finish tonight, talk to C-Dub and Brownie. We'll see what their decision is. Maybe they'll just say, you know what, we're going to keep the scores as they are and just not let them in the future, or maybe they don't. Maybe that's maybe that offense is not disqualifying, or it's not a big enough offense to be disqualifying of all your points.
We'll find that out for sure after this match as C-Dub and Brownie do stop by. to get some more insights on. Meanwhile, Cherry's been downed. Hax is trying to fight off Zeo. Snipe's been down from a distance as well by Starlight. Zeo's going to go for a pickup on J7 instead. A quick nade popping in the direction of Hax. Not going to do much damage. Hax falls back. Trying to look down on Spec and Starlight, but looks like J4F is going to come out pretty soon as well. All four up for Switz right here. On the other hand, we had some more fights up by Yas. Looks like Villains and OUTcast Alpha still fighting it out. MOW and 10HP are in the same mansion compound as well. Up top, we have OC Baked Bunny going down, playing with Misfire Ares right there, fighting it off against Autobots, who were former Misfire members as well.
So let's say those are people that came in with 3 players for whatever reason, and now they're down to 2 with Fish and Ligma. Looks like they're going to try to rotate away from this Autobots team. That's a full squad.
And it's a long way to go. They do have some high ground. They do have some ridges to work around with for cover, but they have a long way to go to the next zone, and a lot of teams still alive. 19 teams alive in the zone, just as Forsaken Gaming's Red Squad tries to drive into zone. T4P not too far behind that idea, and they're driving into zone as well. They do have idea where they are. They're looking at the vehicles driving right past by each other, parallel to each other, and finally Lucky's gonna turn, stop at the compound, and watch T4P go by. Crash? Nope, they're not gonna crash. They just drive straight through. Okay, that's a death race, man. Everyone is in a race to get that better position in that next zone. 18 minutes in, and we still have 19 teams alive. What is going on?
Exactly.
Sarah goes down.
A lot of time to play before you get to more than one placement point.
Yep, and meanwhile, OUTcast Alpha looks like they're making quite a work. They're making Villains work for their team right here. They're really low. Frankie's the last one up apparently on top. Hendrix gets healed up. He's not the last one apparently now. They both get healed up. They're both ready for the push. Advisory's been down. He needs a pickup. I think OUTcast Alpha should just focus on picking up Advisory or focus on pushing. You can't do both. Now Kale is all the way up in their business. Brownie's healed up as well, exchanging some shots. Down goes Frankie to Kale's shot though. Now Hendrix, the only one alive for the team. The only one up for the team is getting pushed up on by Kale and Brownie. Let's see how this turns out. Hendrix still holding. And there goes Brownie. Couple of shots on Hendrix. Not able to drop Brownie down though. Hendrix should be able to make that heal off right on time. Some good shots from Brownie. Not gonna lie. He was almost down. Nope, not that room. But it does hit him.
Just like always, Fatboy keeping it classy, punching out his former teammate Fish.
Wow.
As Ligma stays live, gets in the zone, Fish stays back to hold Fatboy and those guys back. Fish stayed underneath, running back and forth, keeping the entire Autobots team focused on one player, while Ligma was able to escape into zone, and they killed him and got a nice little punch for his hard work.
Well, that's a good play from Ligma and Misfire, I suppose. Like,
well, I think they made a decision like, okay, you make a lot of noise and keep them occupied while I get out of here and get in the zone, which is what they did. Now it's on Ligma to stay alive because he's getting close to that tier 1 team, and you have to be careful on those guys. Those guys are pretty dang good.
They indeed are. Starlight does get taken down by Puddles though, but they did have some support right behind them. Spec and Zeo able to spot him and drop him. At a distance, however, we have K9 and T4P Samson. Like, if you're a 3-man team, why are you so spread out? You're already down a member. You're already handicapped.
I don't know why that is. That happens quite often though. It's a bad play.
It is.
I don't think it's a bad play to spread out ever. But like BTE spread out, or any teams that are spread out, I just don't think it's a good play unless you're rotating.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with being spread out. Maybe he could have taken some other compound. Maybe it could be just across the road using those ridges, but why be that far out? That's what I don't get. Meanwhile, OUTcast Alpha is now fighting it out with this T1 team. Sarge trying to hold it off inside the blue. Brownie is picking up Advisory right now. Advisory is up. J7 is going to go down pretty soon. On the other side, Spec's already been taken down. Starlight just picks up Zeo. It's a 2v4 essentially in favor of OUTcast Alpha if they can just hold off and get this team out of this lobby. Kale gets picked up as well. Sarge now making his way inside the play zone. J7 meanwhile just bleeds out. Starlight and Zeo still eating the blue, still trying to make their way into the zone. OUTcast Alpha gives up the fight, is going to drive straight towards the zone. They like going mid zones, and that is exactly what they will do.
Yeah.
So a lot of teams are already in there though. We have BT in there, Forsaken Gaming, Red Team in there, Men of 4 in there, T4P, or rather Unzipped is finally trying to drive in as well with a 2-man squad. Who else? Tequila Shots is there, T4P indeed is there, GME is in there, so a lot of teams in there. So these teams do have their work cut out to find out where exactly to stop. Maybe just keep driving right past by Tequila Shots, hold off that cliff. If you have to jump off the cliff, do it. Do what you have to do, but get to zone. Here's BT Sabus now dropping some shots on Brownie. Does get that drop as well. Brownie goes down. Forsaken Gaming's gold is down. It's getting picked up right now, though. They do have some hard cover to work around with, so they will get picked up. A lot of teams now driving off as well. Mia and Hala from Aurora is driving straight in towards Autobots. Autobots will spot them, drop a couple of shots. Not gonna make much of a difference. Peep holding OUTcast Alpha off, but Alpha will stop just on the edge and try to get some high ground action going for themselves. Out back though, BTE is getting spotted by Autobots. Rogue gets that spot on Sabus and drops him down as well. Right behind them is Unzipped with K9 and Samson. And here's the push, Autobots. One knock and push, good plays over there. They know Sabus is down, one of their top fraggers. SpaceX Hulk coming in, Fat Boy down. Rogue is still up. And Hulk comes down as well. Jake almost gets dropped. It was a good battle, man. Jake almost got dropped there.
Who? Yeah, what you have? Fatboy's knocked. Who else is left? Just Fatboy and Jake was so low. But if they could get everybody up quick, they could take care of this. But they could get all their players back up.
They can. They can. I mean, I would probably have assumed that a different team would have come into play, but Autobots apparently are safe. They are able to revive each other off. Meanwhile, MO4 is fighting it off as well. They're trying to gatekeep someone. Why is that shot in that direction? I don't get it. But anyway, BBC is gonna spot a couple, get some shots in on MOW trying to come into zone. Doa gets taken down by zone as he was already hurt with those shots coming in from MO4. Venom stops for no reason at all. Apparently, probably just about picking up a couple of meds before coming into the zone. He is going to drive straight in and get spotted as well. He stops just before the zone, tries to get that heal off. I didn't know you could use a full med kit while driving. And
did I?
Down and out goes Venom. I knew you could use the bandages, but I didn't know you could use a med kit. Well, I thought I couldn't. Oh well. You learn something every day.
You learn something new. That's right. You learn something new every day.
Here's BBC.
You're never too good that you can't learn something new.
Yep, absolutely. Here's BBC exchanging some shots with Tryhard on top, but Tryhard is prone. I don't like being prone because just that little animation from prone to getting up gives it too much time for the opposition to get that kill on you.
Right.
Yep. I don't like being prone and shooting.
And now a lot of players like Ligma trying to get into the zone by himself without getting spotted. Although there is 12 teams, if you want to get at least always try to get a top 10 position, but you're always running into another team in front of you.
See, there's two kinds of people. One's Dembasi solo who killed himself. One's Ligma solo who's trying to get that placement, and you should always go for placement.
That's a great point, Voodoo. Voodoo. Great point. What are you doing when you're by yourself? Are you making gold or are you making straw?
Yep, absolutely. And it looks like Ligma is all in for the gold right now. GME goes down though, and GME has Danny, the only one up right now. I think Ligma did get that drop on him.
He did get a drop on Michael.
Yep.
But he can't get it onto Danny, so it looks like he's gonna try to go over here, maybe get a vehicle and get himself into zone. He's playing very, very cautiously, understandably so, because he wants to stay alive. He only knows how many people left. He doesn't know how many teams are left.
That is absolutely right. Now, Ligma is rotating into zone, and he's being followed by OUTcast Alpha, not too far behind. All of them getting lit up on the way, though. Ligma just stops inside the zone, parks his buggy, waits for his hunters. Yep. Pretty good play for him indeed, but he's got to be careful because he's got T4P out back. He gets spotted by T4P indeed, and down he goes. Smiley gets that kill off on Ligma. OUTcast now dropping those shots on Rogue. Rogue going down to Sarge's shot. Sarge is indeed quite the fragger, man. 10 HP, not looking too hot either. Bliss going down. Ecuador trying to get that pickup off, but not going to. I think Ecuador just got down. Yes, he did indeed. Bliss been thirsted. Goldie, the last one to go down. That is going to be it for 10 HP as well for this game. Out back, though, Tequila Shots have made their way into the zone, but they have MO4 to fight it off with. And MO4 is coming in close. They did lose one right now with that nade. A couple of shots exchanged. BBC gets caught this time to Tequila Shots' shot. Try hard coming in with a flank. All four up for Tequila Shots right now as Razik moves in to get that pickup off on Broda. 6 teams alive after 27 minutes of this Erangel match. Some more shots exchanged between the two. BBC still not getting picked up. They do decide to fall back a little bit away from the UAZ to not get hit with that vehicle explosion. And Truny does get that knock with a vehicle explosion nonetheless. Wow. Real deal, the last one alive, just like that. He's got to be so careful. I don't think Tequila Shots do realize how many are up and how many are down, or they would have been pushing Real Deal right now. However, Real Deal, just like that, is going to be the last one alive from his team. What is the zone doing? T4P's Dodger is down thanks to Tequila Shots coming in again into the action. And another one going down, this time Delusion. Try hard with a 2-piece back-to-back. Last one up is Smiley. Let's see what Smiley does. He might be able to blow up the vehicle and get that final kill off, but he will just drive in, get a position, get that zone first, and hopefully catch T4P regardless.
No, Autobots is going to get smoked by the zone because they're so focused on this battle with gold that they've totally misplaced their position of the gold. So they're going to lose at least one. Rogue dead.
Oh my god.
Fatboy's going to be dead. And
Rain's dead.
Rain's dead.
Jake's down. Advisory is down for OUTcast Alpha though, but he can just crawl into the zone if the zone doesn't hurt that much.
Fatboy, so yeah, how many times we see where teams are so focused on fighting a battle outside the zone that they don't get to the zone and that's them getting them killed. Yeah,
there's one thing fighting outside the zone if it's the first or second zone. There's another thing when it's 6th and 7th. Like, why would you do that? It hurts. Like, it hurts more than a bullet.
Exactly, and so now we have T4P, Tequila Shots, OUTcast Alpha, because those guys all got into the zone on time. We're able to figure that out, and now Forsaken Gaming and Autobots did do that, and they had themselves killed by the zone. Because you have 3 teams left.
A duo, and a full squad. Let's see how this turns out. Tequila Shots looking good with all 4 up, but it could still turn around. We've seen that time and time again. Even though you have a full squad, sometimes it's just not in your favor. Like last game, or rather in Miramar game, SpaceX was the only full squad in the game, and then they ran straight into MO4, and then they got third-partied, and yeah, that was it for SpaceX in Miramar game. So it could still be anyone's game. That's not to say that you have all 4 up, that means you will win, but it does put you in the right way to win, I guess. There's more chances of you winning at this point. Now, T4P trying to make that push happen inside the zone. OUTcast Alpha doing the same as well. Tequila Shots, meanwhile, smoking their way into zone. Tryhard is all the way in. Broda is all the way in. Razik is all the way in. The only one outside the zone was Truny, and now he's trying to make his way in as well. And my phone is popping off. What is this?
Is that Mrs. Voodoo want to know if you left to go pick her up?
Oh no, I mean, she took the car this time, so I don't have to go.
Oh, smart,
Yep.
smart man. So, look at this T4P. This is, I tell you what, even though that there is 3 Tequila Shots, 3, was it, how many, 3, 2 Outcasts, I think this is really, anybody can really win this. I don't think this is, like, there is all 4 members of Tequila Shots. The way that Smiley and not Delusion have been playing, and of course, Keel and Sarge, I think this could go either way, especially if 2 of these teams kind of focus on each other and forget about the other one and do a lot of damage to each other.
Oh, absolutely, but that is what I mean by like it's in favor of tequila shots because they don't have to look at two directions. They can just do a 2-2
Yeah.
split and they can still fight the exact same battle. While
And that's so important at this
It
point.
is.
It's not really looking straight ahead. You gotta be looking at your edges because that's where people are gonna come. People aren't gonna come straight on at you.
Yep.
They're gonna come from the left and to the right. You really gotta focus on that aspect if you want to be successful.
absolutely, we'll find that out. Like I keep saying that 4 guns shooting is better than 1. Even if you are the best player in the world, you would rather have 4 guns shooting in a direction
yeah.
than just 1. You know, and it
Tryhard
worked.
does get knocked.
But Kill does go down as well. So T4P is playing it really passive right now as Razek, Tryhard, and Broda are all focused on Outcast Alpha.
Galen's gotta get in the
T4P.
zone too, Caleb. This can't be in the zone at all. This is 8 zone. This is last zone.
Yep.
You can't look at that. He's just getting smashed by the zone.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, he has to decide to get up and just run up and run in. Otherwise, he's just gonna die.
That does give away his position just only slightly, though. Not for too
Hopefully,
long.
I don't think Sarge saw because of the smoke. It's really if tequila shots sees it. But again, this is FPP, so they're not seeing that third party. Look, they're seeing the grass in front of them.
Yep.
They're seeing nothing but what's directly in front of them. They're not getting that advantage of that TPP.
Yeah, if it was TPP, the game would have been long done for, man.
Yeah, you'd have known. There you go. Cause see that there it goes. That's how quick it is. You
And
guys
down
are right
goes
there, right next to
Sarge
there you go.
as well. That is
Tequila
it.
shots. A team in 4th place ends up smoking that last match. Doing very, very, very well. Getting themselves that first place. The team we haven't talked to a lot, but the team that is in 4th place, getting that first place win at the end.
Yeah, indeed, it was quite an intense game. Through the end of it, man, we were looking at like 8 or 10 teams alive at one point. In 33-minute wrangle match. That should not even be a thing. But god damn, that was intense indeed. Tequila shots did get that first
I
position.
think 35 is the most it can be. So like it's almost to its the longest it can be. It's both action packed nonetheless. That's what you're gonna get on these OUTcast scrims.
Absolutely, my man. We have
And
tequila
as we do say that we as you're getting those scores, we do have the COO of
God.
OUTcast and the coach known as C-Dub. C-Dub, you did post a little bit of information. I know that you and the rest of the think tank, the Brain Trust, are looking at making a decision. It just says that disqualification is an option of OUTcast, but not a definite. So have you guys been able to make a command decision on this Sweats team?
And technically, the rules say in the Discord server that all teams must have 2 clan tags. If they do not have clan tags, they must have a detailed and accurate sign up under extenuating circumstances. Those circumstances must be explained to the staff, which they were. Everybody on that list signed up a week ago. The names on there are accurate. We knew who they were coming into this. Had everything set up to score them. So,
well, there you go. See, a situation comes up, and it immediately goes to the rules committee, the bosses, the guy who's pretty much the looks behind the brains, and the brains behind the looks, and a decision is made immediately. You can't fault that. A problem comes up, and not 10 to 20 minutes later, a decision is made that is understandable and explained and well thought out. So thank you, C-Dub, for that. And as we move forward, and that's one thing that happens in these OUTcast scrims. You get a team that shows up out of nowhere and just dominates for whatever reason. Maybe there's a bunch of tier 1 players that come in here and want to just smack their what's around in everyone's faces in these scrims, and then they disappear. We don't see them again. That's what makes these scrims so unique. That it's not just the same 20 to 25 teams week in, week out, but there are different teams. Like they said, there was no Quack Foo this week, but there was this other team, Sweats. So, like I said, that happens all the time. So it just makes it that much more spicy, that much more difficult in these scrims. So, as we are done with 4 weeks and 1 event. We are more than halfway done now. We are now more than halfway done.
Yep, we are
Yeah,
more than
right.
halfway done indeed. Damn.
I was checking out while I was watching, the points, and aside from the gap from 2nd to 3rd, I think that if anybody wins a night, that they will jump up a full position, which is pretty exciting going halfway in. Not like last season where you had a team that was so far ahead that they couldn't be caught.
But yeah, I was looking at, you do see that, like, obviously SpaceX and T4P are only 10 points, but then you have a pretty bigger gap between third,
40.
fourth, but Tequila, and then you have 30 in between Tequila and Forsaken. But other than that, then it just gets nothing more than like 20. There are some big ones. There's a lot of 3s, 18s, 17s, so it is a lot of opportunity, all the way from 20th all the way up to top 5. For there'll be a lot of movement. So it's by no means from at any position can you do. And also, if a team goes in Tequila says, I don't know what Forsaken Gaming did today. I don't think they had an exceptionally well match night tonight. And Tequila Chance did win that last event, so they could close that distance on Forsaken Gaming. And even if they don't get closer to SpaceX or to Thirst for Points, they can get close to their next opponent above them.
Right, yeah. I hope it stays this way the entire season. Like, I love it this way.
Oh, me too. I mean, one of the best parts about season 1 was that battle that I think, what was it? Was it Hacks and that OUTcast Alpha had? I mean, it was going fourth. The finish for 4th and 5th place went down to the very last match of the very last scrim, and to decide who's going to get 4th and who's going to get 5th. And that's obviously what you want. You want that type of action all the way to the end. And I know that as a team that was like in the top 10, is you're always looking at that team right above you. How many points do we need to get to leapfrog the team directly in front of us? And then if you do that, where's the next team, and how far what do I have to do to get ahead of that team and directly in front of that team? So that's always a goal too, no matter what place you're in.
Well, that depends on if you're on the upswing or the downswing. If you're on the downswing, you're worried about that team behind
coming
you,
up.
how many points away they are. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, I don't know how OUTcast is going to finish today, but like I was looking at their stats before Sargent. Like over the past week or so, I mean, 2nd place, 4th place, 4th place, 6th place. That's in the past 4 events, because the 3 before that was, or the 2 before that was 15th and 16th, and they've been having some rough time, but they really seem to come together recently in this past week and a half to 2 weeks. So I have to see if they can keep that momentum going.
Yeah, I wish I could take credit for it this season, but I've been completely hands off. Brownie's been doing a pretty good job over these past couple weeks of getting everybody together and putting them in the right scrims and getting some some synergy rolling.
Well, I'll tell you what, I know that Brian knows what he's doing. I'm still always gonna have my heart is always gonna to be loyal to that original OUTcast Alpha team. That team that did so well in season 1. That pretty much was 4 players that, as a squad, were better than they were as individuals. It was Gold, it was Brownie, Wadu. I always really liked that team, and you guys, and how hard you guys fought. When you guys started shit the bed like 3/4, so you guys straightened out and came around and straightened the ship. It was a great adventure in that season 1. So that'll always be my favorite OUTcast Alpha team, no matter which team you guys put together.
Yeah, I do miss it a little bit, but I'll tell you what, I'm having a lot of fun this season getting to do all the extra stuff. So
yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for Brownie ruining it, that would have been the perfect team. But what can you do? Brownie is Brownie. What?
yeah, true story. I don't know that we're gonna get to see Brownie tonight. Brownie's got some important tests. Oh, okay.
I'm here for the interview, and then I gotta bail. Yeah.
Important tests. What? COVID.
The really important stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Does he have a COVID test? Pregnancy test? He has an important test coming up? Is that what you said?
Midterm exams.
Oh, so it's not your pregnancy test? Or your COVID? HIV? Syphilis? Brownie, also is known as the Shrek of OUTcast, coming in for another. How did you guys feel that your team did tonight, Brownie?
We had a good first match, kinda, and then the next 2 we kind of shit the bed. I mean, we had an okay Miramar, but there was that whole catastrophe with the shack, which I know you talked about. There was like 4 teams fighting for the one shack.
Yes.
Last round, though.
I didn't see that. That was. So I don't know. I know how I feel about this, but how does it make you feel when you see a former OUTcast member just going off? Like, I know how it makes me feel seeing a former Misfire guy doing it. Like, fuck. Damn it.
Which one?
Anyone that ever was in, like, whether it be Peep or the guys in Autobots or whatever. Whenever I see a former Misfire member going off, I am proud that they're going off, but then I'm always like, shit, man. Damn it. So I know that we saw gold going off for Forsaken tonight. Obviously, Tequila Shots winning that last match. That's obviously a lot of OUTcast members, former OUTcast members. You got to be proud that they're doing well, but also like, damn. That's how I feel. As with seeing former Misfire members, I'm proud that they're doing well, but I'm still a little envious that why won't you do? Why can't you do that still on my team?
Yeah, I mean it depends. Obviously,
Unless I hate it, unless I just get along with a person, then they can go eat shit and die.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. It depends on circumstance. I mean, obviously, if it was a
bad breakup.
Bad breakups aren't good. No, but I mean, I don't. We haven't had
yeah.
too many of those from the people that they're playing this event still. So it's nice to see people that and are friends with do well. But unless they're killing us, in which case, step off.
Well, I hope you do nothing but. I want to see who wins this Claw Sox, and then I hope you do nothing but get great grades on your midterms tomorrow. So that you don't have to go back to Whisper, and if your parents ground you from the computer forever.
Wow.
And if you don't know, I can tell you what. If you don't know what that term Whisper is, then I don't want to hear it because that's old school. Duke Cummings, Brownie.
You're not
story.
energy.
If you don't know, I'm not telling you the story. If you don't know it, you don't know it. But that's old school Brownie. I mean, that's like a year ago.
Over 2 years, probably.
Yeah. Man, that's like when I first became acquainted with Brownie. Before, like OUTcast was a huge thing.
We're starting to get into Madman territory. Been playing comp for 4.5 years now.
Maybe it was 2 years ago.
In a game that's 2 years and 1 month old.
That's what I was saying.
It's 3 years old now, C-Dub.
I saw a guy applied for Misfire once. He said he'd been playing PUBG Mobile for 3.5 years. And we were like,
it's like
wow.
Just now the 3-year anniversary.
I know,
today.
we were like, wow, 3.5 years. Did you invent? Were you like the dev? Did you invent it? And then you've been playing it like on the computer just yourself? No, it's been around for that long, dude. I was like early. I was an early. I got an early access. They were like, I don't think you're telling the truth, sir. But okay.
Yeah, it looks like it launched March 23rd, 2017. I guess that's not here.
No, and in fact, I have it on my phone. The first match, because I played a lot of it on console, and I was terrible. I was like, I'm terrible at this game. So then, the very first match I played, of course, I won in mobile, and I was like, holy shit, I'm the greatest player of all time. This game, I rule this game, and I took a picture of it, and it was when was it? It was my first win in a console was January 18th, 2018. But my first in PUBG Mobile. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? I saved it because I was so excited. I was like, I don't know how long it's ever gonna be. I was like, it took me like 100 matches to get a victory in console. I got my first match, like in the very first game I played. I thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
It's funny how that works. I thought I was pretty good too, but I was actually too bad to even find and pick up a gun and still managed to win my first match in PUBG Mobile.
You didn't have a gun and you won?
I didn't have a gun and I won. Yeah, I mean, it's full of bots. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, so punched out and won the bot. They were
so what
terrible.
do you know what you're doing? Just like, what do you mean? You couldn't even fight it. I mean, guns aren't that sparse.
At that point in time, I hadn't played any video game in probably 4 years, since my at least 4 years.
So
any type of video game.
So you just had no idea what you were doing.
Pretty much. I was like, yeah. I wasn't drinking. I'd been stopped since then. Yeah, it was like late night. Oh yeah, look at this. I've been waiting for it to come out, and then it finally did. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get into it. And then
see. Well, the thing was, when I played it. I watched it on Dr. Disrespect play it. Those guys. And I loved it, but I didn't have a gaming PC, so I was like, I guess I'm never gonna play this. So I just watched other people play it. Then it came on Xbox in like that Christmas, but it was like super beta, and it was horrible. And then my first match was what date is this? I gotta like figure out where's the date for this? I have it right in front of me. I killed 5 people in a solo match. Where's it? What's the date? April 2nd, 2018 at 6:20 was my first match and my first win. I killed 5 people. in solo.
So
April 2nd.
chat saying that some people's got to guess to sleep, and I understand that. So
Oh,
close
let's
the
go.
giveaway.
Let's just do the giveaway. Let's see who wins. Let's see if it's a misfire member that's awake. I tell you what, Bunny was, or Baby was not too
Rogue.
happy.
It's
Was falling
Rogue.
asleep. Rogue?
Rogue dumped like I think 30-ish tickets. 28.
Another former misfire member wins. So congratulations.
So many that I was like, wow, how did he have that many tickets? But I actually took pictures of everybody's points this past Monday, and went and did the math, and it's obviously all right. But
well, congratulations to Rogue.
Rogue has just saved up every single ticket.
Formerly of RDM and Misfire, and now an Autobot. So congratulations to him in the big victory for his finger claws. Who we raid tonight, boys?
I think tonight C-Dub likes different people, so we'll do Mr. Flip tonight.
Ooh,
OG.
All right, can't complain on that. So I'm gonna stay away from those Meeseeks turkeys.
Ouch.
What? Who said that?
Ouch.
Hey, what
This
happened
is
to you,
hurtful.
Pickford? You just came in one game and then left in Meeseek scrims? Couldn't hang?
Dude, no, I'm like fourth sub.
Wow.
So if I gotta get it, you know, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel for my team. So they're like, oh shit, we gotta put Pickford in.
God damn.
Well, although
was
so we did. Although we did play Fruit Cups. I think the other night. It did pretty well.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know.
Hell
if
is
you see
that?
one. I don't
Cup
know.
Alpha?
It was some fruit. It was called Fruit Cups.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't set up for him. Our manager sets us up. Shout out to Yori, best manager at A.
She is great scrim staff too for Castaway.
She is. I tell you what, she is. She is the best. But anyway, I digress. She just sends us up and says, "You just what you're playing. Shut up, play it, and don't talk back." And I say, "Yes, ma'am." And then if I'm needed, then I jump in. If I'm not needed, I just cry myself to sleep. So that I am done. I am checking out because I have to work tomorrow. I have to leave at 5:30, and it's already 1 a.m. So, good night, boys. I'm going to bed.
All right. And we'll be heading out soon as well, man. GG's Pickford. See you later, bro.
He's gone.
Wow, dude. He was in a hurry. God damn. All right.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
I should probably be hopping off as well. Wifey would be home pretty soon. And yeah. Well, I did have a lot of fun, guys. Thank you for having me here, as always. Thank you for all you guys joining in. We didn't reach that 1,000 followers. You guys are dicks for that. I told you should have 1,000 followers by the end of Game 2, but you didn't make it happen. But you know what? We'll get it. We'll get it. We got Wednesdays coming up pretty soon. It's going to be... Who's going to be streaming those? Nikki, right?
Nikki Dex, yeah. We're
Hell
only
yeah.
13 away now.
Hell yeah, we're
The
only
opinion-
13 away. So make sure Nikki comes in with 1,000 followers. You got about 2 more days to make it happen. Get those follows going. This is VooDooClaps signing out for now. We have OUTcast's very own Brownie and C-Dub joining me as well. So thank you for all these lit ass scrims, guys. I do appreciate you guys so much. And considering me as well. Brownie, you should not talk that much shit, man. I hate you for that. Just saying. Come on, man.
Just get better with the DMR. Simple.
Yeah. I don't like DMRs. I'm better with the Bolt. Period. You want a 1v1 M24 for bragging rights right now? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do it. Fuck that. Anyway.
He instantly regrets what he said.
No, I don't regret it. I'm at 3% battery because I'm casting your scrims.
Yeah, it sounds like an excuse.
Fuck it. I'll play you for 3% and still beat you. How about that?
Oh my god.
Anyways, with that said, this is VooDooClaps who's going to sign out for now. Thank you again for everyone joining in. Thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to everyone who dropped the follows and everyone who didn't. But make sure you do. We got 2 more days. Anyway, I will sign out for now. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, and I hope you guys have a great and a blessed day ahead. Peace.
Uh,
Up, kids.
All right. Thank you so much, man. I love you, sir. Thank you very much. What's up, big homie? What's going on, advisory? Hi, Broda. How you doing, Rogue? Long time no see. Appreciate all the follows. Welcome, everybody. I'm an old head in the community. Streaming for almost 3 years now. The same game. Welcome, everybody, to my channel.
He's the top of the big rock.
The rock right across. He was there. Move now, which is what we gotta do. Got 24 seconds.
You're gonna move in that direction.
I don't have a vest. Vests are cool. He's just better. Oh, that's not even him. There's 2 down there. So there's at least 2 in that teammate, or on that team.
They're down here in the... running through.
I think there's 2.